Terry. Check this out.
What?
It's Frankie's idea. You got your favorite gun, right? You got so sick and tired of tossing away a perfectly good piece after every job. You take your hands and you take your gun, but you put the prints on the gun, you stash it. The cops find the gun. They're looking for that man.
This is somebody's hands?
Yeah.
On the 4th of July, 1806, we set sail from the sweet cove of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. 'Twas a wonderful craft, she was rigged fore and aft. You know how the wild wind drove her. She stood several blasts, she had 27 masts, and they called her the Irish Rover.
We had 1 million bags of the best lager rags. We had 2 million barrels of stone. We had 3 million sides of our blind horses' hides. We had 4 million barrels of bones. We had 5 million hogs, 6 million ducks, 7 million barrels of port, sir. We had 8 million vials of old nanny ghost tales in the hold of the Irish Rover.
There was old Mickey Toots, who played hard on his flute when the ladies lined up for the set. He would toot with skill for each sparkling quadrille, till the dancers were fluters and bets. With his smart, witty talk, he was cock of the walk, and he rolled the dames under and over. They all knew at a glance when he took up his stance, and he sailed in the Irish Rover.
From the banks of the Lee, there was Hogan from Kelty to Hull. There was Johnny McGurk, who was scared stiff of work, and a man from Westmeath come along. There was Slugger O'Toole, who was drunk as a rule, and fighting Bell Tracy from Dover. And your man, Mike McCann, from the banks of the Bank, was the skipper of the Irish Rover. We had sailed 7 years when the measles broke out, and the ship lost its way in the fog. And the whale of a crew was reduced down to 2, just myself and the captain's old dog. And the ship struck a rock, oh Lord, what a shock! The boat it would turn right over, turned 9 times around, and the poor old dog was drowned. And the last of the Irish Rover.
Oh, it's the Ron and Fez show as our own Black Earl Douglas continues his salute to Caucasian culture. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
Better mood today, Fez?
Much better, thank you.
So am I. Donna from Habersaat has sent me this gigantic cooler full of Scrabble and nice sausages. Habersaat, Fezzy, where I get all my Scrabble needs.
Oh, okay. Scrabble capital?
It is the Ron and Fez show. Dave seems like he's off to a bad start tonight. I don't think he's getting enough sleep. He screwed up some things for you, Fez. Screwed up some things for me. I think our young man's so much in love, he no longer cares about the old job.
I think he's drunk in love.
You ever remember that guy from the baseball team? He'd fall in love a little bit and then go 0 for 18. That's where our own Dave is. Now, do we wait it out with him or we call attention?
I'm all in favor of calling attention.
Doesn't help. That's the problem. Doesn't help. All right, it's about 12:06 on the East Coast, so it's time to get out of that house coat. And also, let's get the bed made. I don't think that's asking too much, that you're all prim and proper and ready to go as the show begins. Hideous getting in here today. Now, we've got spring weather, so everybody's out on the streets. I end up doing one of those deals where I had to hop out of the cab halfway through, run the rest of the way, like when Rhoda got married. But tomorrow on the East Coast, we're supposed to get snow.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, by the time we get out of here this afternoon, it should drop by about 20-25 degrees in the city.
Is that right?
Yeah, we're supposed to, it's like 70 out there now, and we're supposed to drop down into the 40s and 30s for, like what you said, snow overnight. Usually not unless Mr. Freeze is attacking Gotham do you get that kind of temperature change.
We'll be talking with Mikey Boy a little later on today with his idle chatter.
Won't you, big brother?
That's his theme song.
Big brother.
It's a Big Brother update.
Now, did you watch the Bad Idol show last night, Fuzzy?
Yeah, I watched the Sent Home show.
Well, over the last couple days. This is what I'm talking about, the reason why I hate Dreamgirls. Do you hear the great catalog that the Supremes alone had? And then you look back at the shit songs that were in Dreamgirls.
I see what you mean, yeah.
Earl, do you know exactly what I'm talking about here? Does this infuriate you to this day? That people made a big deal out of Dreamgirls.
It's an absolute insult because the Supremes catalog, 12 number ones.
And just about when any of those kids started to try to, destroy any of their songs, I'm going like this. That may be the best song of all time. Now the next song, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this song is the best song of all time. And we're not even throwing in Smokey or The Temps or any of the other great music that came out of there.
Yeah, I mean, not in addition to the 12 number one, those are just the songs that hit number one. And then you had all those great top 5 hits, this amazingly rich catalog. And then they decided, let's do Dreamgirls, a really bad Broadway play that they made into an equally bad movie.
Why can't you ever salute Motown? This week you're saluting the little island of Ireland. Never see you get behind Motown. Speaking of which, the Pogues in town last night. Pepper Hicks attempts to show up for the gig, but once again Shane has to shit the bed and not show up. Cancel the show. Now, when you're the Pogues, this is the biggest week for money making for you. You really have to say to yourself, well, no matter what happens with our career, we pretty much should own the week of the 17th. Where was the show at last night, Pepper?
It was at the Roseland.
Yeah. So what is that? 2,000-3,000 people?
Yeah, at the most.
At the most. You show up. No Shane. Where was he?
Me and my chick showed up at the front door.
Did you just say your chick?
Well, yeah.
I'm stunned here. I am stunned. I never took you for a dater. I thought you were married to the booze.
Well, it's an open relationship.
I see. By open, it means you can suck other cock.
No.
Lucky.
Okay. Maybe it's not as open as you want it to be then. All right, so you show up there. What happens?
There was a guy outside handing out letters saying that Shane hurt himself and the show was canceled.
Here we are. It's 2007. Don't be handing out leaflets like it's ancient Rome. We have other ways of communicating with each other. It's all right here in this proclamation. What the hell is wrong with these people?
They needed a town crier with a bell.
All right, what bar stool did he fall off and why?
Yeah, we don't know, but that's what everyone was pretty much saying. That
you've got 23 hours a day to drink. Why do you got to be drunk at the show? So supposedly, when I hear it's a broken leg?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. That's the we're on the street.
No, the Pogues, well, I didn't know. That's what the leaflet says. Dave, you're supposed to be taking your chick to this show Saturday night, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the show that you took back the tickets that you gave to Earl, Fez, and me.
Yeah.
Now, Do you know if he's showing? Are you panicked about this?
I'm extremely panicked. This was everything I had it all set up for. This was going to be the climactic, the penultimate date of date week.
That's the next to last?
Exactly. She's going away back on Monday. So I really...
Are you going to miss the hell out of her, or you're already sick of her? You already feel like, I need my space again?
No, hell no. No.
She even lets you play with your action figures.
Yeah. And so this is really a special thing. And if Shane cancels, I got no plans, no backup, nothing.
All right, good news, beds are being made. So we are finally, it feels like the show is kicking in. We're in our day clothes. And, it's afternoon. You really are walking around in your house coat afternoon. You've given up on life. You just no longer care anymore.
That could be a serious problem.
It's either depression or alcoholism. Or in my family, as we used to call it, the two-headed monster. All right, so this means everything to you. How did last night go with your girl?
Last night was great. I took another...
Base?
Well, I went, I think, between second and third.
All right, I'm very confused about second and third. What did you rounded second and then you ran back instead of going to third?
No, I mean, I guess, there was petting, and there was with clothing on, and then second base, and then third base, but, there was clothing and things of that nature. But again, it was all romantic, and she's very classy, wonderful lady.
You are taking a nice long time with this. Very interesting to me.
I mean, if the romance were to happen tonight, Mr. B, I wouldn't protest, but at the same time, I'm not going to force myself. I ain't no Pepper Hicks. I'm a gentleman.
You know what? On your best day, you could hope to be this Pepper Hicks. Because this kid has got something. He's the best intern we've ever had.
Right. Yeah, he is.
He's cut me up to my armpits and outside stuff. There's only one person I like better than Pepper Hicks. And that's Donna from Haberstadt.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get your Scrapple, Ron.
You know what? Everybody says that after the fact. Everybody always comes up with, because I don't want any garbage Scrapple. I'll walk out of a diner if I find out they're not doing it the right stuff.
He will get bootleg Scrapple. You have to watch out.
I don't play that game. If I have a gray meat, it's got to be Haberstadt. It really is the best. Now, and you know what? I'm not going to play semantics whether a robe is a house coat or a house coat is a robe. They're both saying, what do I care? Both of them are basically saying, what do I care? Earl, maybe one week we can get you to do a salute to Motown.
Oh, I could do that in my sleep. I would love to do a salute to Motown.
And yet you haven't. We've done this show now for, what, a year and a half?
Yes.
And there's never been a salute to Motown.
I'll put one together.
It's too late. Right now, I have moved on. I'm going for my Motown needs. I'm going elsewhere. And another thing, Earl, why isn't this kid doing more? This Pepper, who's done nothing but show, and not just Pepper. I'm talking about all the interns. This is actually a good time of interns. We're not talking the Flash and what was the other kid's name? Friday Fright?
Vertigo was with Flash.
Yeah, we're not talking about those days.
Useless. Yeah. Absolutely useless.
No, I'm showing him a few things.
A few, not nearly enough. The kid is a monster, and he deserves to be at the top.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got the desire, he's got the will, and we can definitely make that happen.
But you haven't made it happen. When is your internship over, Pepper?
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's the beauty thing about this. None of the interns ever leave. I've noticed that about our interns. They do not leave. Ted, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Nice. Dave, you're doing all this heavy petting and getting closer and closer to home. Are you running a batch after you get done, or you go to bed with blue balls?
Yeah, that is a very good point. This is highly unusual for any male to go as long as you have. And by the way, that's what makes me think it could be love with you.
Yeah, it definitely is, because I usually spank it 3 times, 4 times a day.
Well, I had to stop you. There was complaints. You were leaving here, going to the 3rd floor, using their bathroom to bust a nut.
Right.
They complained to our people. Yeah. I get a call from D.C., and I'm actually in a meeting about this.
Yeah, I know. I have to apologize profusely for that. But the O&A office is always scattered with so much porn materials, so I then take it and go down to the 3rd floor.
Yeah, but I don't want you leaving floors for that.
Okay.
You stay in the shit. the KOA fucking honey wagon that we have here.
But then I'm embarrassed if someone, goes into the bathroom and they're going to see all these porn rags laid out on the floor and my feet there. They're going to know what I'm
Be
up
a gentleman and fucking hold them properly up on your lap.
How can I
don't want you to put them on the floor.
How can I expect that?
You know what? Take some tape in. Tape them to the door. Matter of fact, Pepper, it might not be a bad idea to do the inside of the doors of all those bathroom stalls with really disgusting O&A porn. Which, and Lord knows I love the boys, we're leaning a little too far in the homoerotic with the O&A porn. There's more cocks and balls hanging around here, and I don't know whether it's Norton's influence, but it's really uncomfortable for me right now.
Between the Harry Potter pictures and the box of cocks that is still floating around the office.
Did you just call it Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Because if you did, that's a little disgusting. Harry, not Harry Potter. Oh, it's filthy. Here is David. David, you're on Fez.
Hey, yeah, Black Earl said he could do a Motown thing in his sleep.
Yeah.
Where's Stalker Patties? Where's My Generation?
Yeah, where's My Generation, Earl? What happened there? That was going to
be a guaranteed
the
Monday
show that was finally going to shut down Than and Sam. Finally, My Generation was going to be the new shining show on the hill that gets rid of that, aborted attempt at comedy that just didn't work out.
The show is done. Patty's going to be here tomorrow to present it to O&A.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, she is.
All right, here comes the boys. Here comes yesterday's news. What do you say, fellas? Hey.
First of all, there is one core of gayness on our staff.
Okay.
And that's Travis.
But why the constant? Why is it hanging up here? We have guests coming in, and Harry Potter's cock is hanging up there.
Travis makes it a habit.
Yeah.
On a daily basis, he prints out dozens of those pictures and hangs them up everywhere.
Why?
That's just for Anthony.
I don't understand. You know what? Maybe the one-time joke, but it's been hanging up there for 3 weeks. The laughter has ended, and now a certain comfortability has set in. You know what I mean? It's one thing like, hey, who put this cock picture here? And we throw it out. But when we leave it sit up there like it was a fucking ripoff of the Mona Lisa, now we have to say we're okay with it.
Travis, how do you make it through an employee review when they say, what do you do all day?
I really don't know. I have a Photoshop one, too.
It's
got a bigger cock.
It really needs...
I have email.
You know what? It needs to slow down. I'm not saying stop it, but slow it down a little bit. There becomes a... what is this, Danny?
It's the box of cocks, Ronnie.
I'm going to set that up for you nice.
That's the one we had our interns build.
Awful. Did they really?
Yeah.
This is why we can't get girl interns. This is the reason why we can't get girl interns. And I'll tell you the truth. I don't know if you've ever been called into court for a rape, even if it's as a witness. It's a fucking embarrassing thing because it always comes up with why didn't you stop it? And you use these excuses. I was drinking too. It doesn't help. When you're sober, light of day, the parents are there. It's a terrible place to be. Stevie, what's happening, buddy? What's going on with your gang?
I really can't. I can't argue with you. They're all queer, and I'm not really sure how it got that way.
Odd prison humor has set into this show that did not exist in the WNEW days.
With the elimination of the opposite sex,
right?
You mentioned we can't get female interns in here. They just there'd be a different bloodied, sticky woman in the corner every day.
Right.
It came off of Steve's desk.
I didn't put that there.
It's a DVD, Gay Toon Fantasies. It's all gay cartoons.
Now, is this for little gay kids? Who would watch a gay cartoon?
All right. There's a story behind that. Now we have to bring in who's not in the room, Derek.
Okay.
Who has morphed himself into this reclusive little prankster. I'll walk into my office, my little desk in the bullpen, and my monitor will be off. I'll go, why the fuck is my computer off? Turn it on. All of a sudden, there's just gay sex all over it. And I'm just, this is wonderful. I was working on an email.
This is a place of business. We do have to remember that as well. I don't think the kids do. I think they all think to themselves, hey, this is just a funny joke that's going to go on forever. We've all seen it stop from time to time. And normally it's a prank gone bad.
Well, there's some businesses where you'll get thrown out for playing free cell on your lunch hour on the computer. These are being used for gay pornos.
Yeah. Oh, it's totally, completely, and it's total prison humor. Yeah, no, I was just clearing myself of this, which you put on my desk. You did that. I didn't do that.
Who is behind all the gay porn that's hanging behind it?
Derek.
Derek, is it you, really?
No.
At a certain point, it's got to be reined in. Because I think there's a level of comfortability that has picked up here where finally these guys are just going to start making out. And finally it will be at the point where that's so funny and then they won't be able to stop themselves.
Danny has come so close as to offer to kiss on a number of occasions. He has.
Danny gets too close.
Danny gets way too close. He's the one that doesn't pull back when
he will kiss.
Yeah, when there's like all, when you're actually daring, to actually make out with somebody, he's the one that doesn't pull back.
Right.
I feel bad that he's doing all the offering and there doesn't seem to be much taking.
Yeah, well, that's going to happen too. Maybe what we do is we do like a little Miss O&A contest where they're all in skirts, they sing songs, and we'll have a lucky winner that week.
It's a fantastic idea.
Now, Earl, by the way, Steve, has put together My Generation, he told me, with Stalker Patty. He executive produced it. Is she coming in tomorrow to hand it over?
Yeah, she'll be in tomorrow for the walkover.
And you believe it's the new hot show?
Smoking hot.
You said she was better than Muni. What did you mean by that?
In bed.
Earl. Trying to fit in, are you, Fez?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's working.
I'm glad he freed up some time from his busy schedule to devote it to Patty.
By the way, the Free FM people have never met him. Yesterday, Fez and I go in there. The entire promotion staff was going, why won't Earl come into this building? He comes in a minute before the show, and he leaves a minute after.
Probably because they've all seen him so much already, because half that staff is already from NEW, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's why he's still NEW Earl to them. They don't know that he's the new improved Earl.
Well, I see them semi-regularly.
They say never.
I don't know about never, but I do see them.
It's all the same faces, Earl. You should go say hi.
They may have work. That's what he is. Earl, like fucking Bugs Bunny of producers.
Earl sees them through a newspaper with eye holes cut out through it.
When's the next big Sam and Than show? When are we happen there?
Than and Sam. Probably...
Why?
What?
Why switch it around?
No, that's how it is.
Why not lead with the funny one? That's what Fez and I try to do.
Because we went with the funny name instead.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So when's the next big show?
Well, we were able to secure April 14th.
You know what I would love to do? Back to back, we create a block with My Generation, Stalker Patty's show. And then let the listeners vote. Actually have an old-style battle of the bands.
I don't think there's anything wrong with letting the listeners vote. I've never heard of that going awry ever.
No. One thing we could do is trust them to be honest. That's for sure.
Old rashy redhead face over there, I'm sure, like that particular way of deciding things. Wow, I didn't mean to grind this conversation to a halt.
Felt like your show for a second, didn't it? Had that. You know what? That is what I like about your show. There are pauses that give me a chance to think, where I can just. I do. I listen to you guys, but I have a book on my lap because I never know when I'm going to have to start worrying about just taking care of myself. There. All right. So the 14th of
April.
So a month away.
Yeah. We're on the.
Planning anything yet?
Fun.
Any guest ideas? Fun.
Fun.
We've planned fun.
It's going to be another great show.
Yeah?
You have another list coming up, right?
I'll have another top 10 list.
Yeah.
Which always bring in...
That's a good idea.
numbers.
Where'd you get that idea from?
It's something I thought of.
What's this one going to be about? Do you know yet?
I'm not going to spoil that.
What website did you get it off of?
Website? I get it off of the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when you always know that. But see, here's the thing. We all have been known to grab the magazine top 10 list because we have nothing. But we do 6 hours a day. You guys do an hour every month or so. You really should have this thing prepped and ready.
We bring a special top 10 list that maybe other shows won't tackle.
I see.
They're afraid to tackle.
We did top 10 worst ghosts. First show.
I mean, now it's see. They've also been given the edict, don't you fucking hold back.
Yeah.
Because if we find out something that O&A would have used on your show, you're shit out of luck.
And we're safe with things like the top 10 ghosts.
The top 10
Worst
ghosts.
Worst
Yeah.
ghosts.
What came in first?
I think Ghost did.
Yeah. No, I thought it was Patrick Swayze.
Maybe it's Patrick. It's
Yeah.
Patrick
See, there's debates.
Yeah.
Still raging.
The worst ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's bad.
Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, is he a ghost?
I remember when he moved that penny on the outside of the door. Not a dry eye in the house when that happened.
Yeah, but ghosts don't make you cry. They make you scared.
Oh, I see.
You know?
See, this is the stuff you'll be getting.
Oh, okay.
By the way, they're now calling themselves TNS. TNS is the way they're going. Who's in our? Hey, when are we getting shirts made?
Your guess as good as mine.
Gay
Today.
porn shirts.
Not
Gay
gay
porn
porn.
shirts is the way to go.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Where was Casper on the list?
He was
pretty
on
high
there.
up.
Oh, he was on there.
All right, it is the Ron and Fez show. The gay porn boys from the O&A show. Look how they just start to slip out one at a time as Sam and Than are not holding court.
The third utterance of gay porn, and they realize, wait, this is kind of turning on us.
Already happened again. Here's hold on. Hey, Grover, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Fez, you're on fire today. I want to know if Dave is going to be taking requests at his new radio station in North Carolina.
There is a possibility. I don't know. I guess, do you guys know his new girlfriend, Casey Elon? From Pal Talker? Yeah. Definitely he's in over his head. She's way too pretty for him. And there's a possibility you may go back to North Carolina with her. Be a Tar Heel.
Yeah, I mean, I love sports. I love Duke. I love the Carolina.
Why do you love Duke? I thought everyone hated Duke.
Yeah, that's why I like them. You know, I like the Yankees, Duke, Notre Dame football. You know, I root for the Pirates.
I gotcha.
So
you might be going back, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I love Ron and Fez very much, but you know, if that's
you got to follow your heart.
You got to follow your heart and your dreams. And if that's
plus,
what happens,
a guy with your talent, you're going to catch on wherever you go.
That's the way I feel.
That's one thing I know about him. He's worked before us, Fez. You did what? Overnights in Bridgeport?
Oh, yeah.
Where was it?
New Jersey. It was in Brookdale.
New
Jersey.
Okay.
Overnights in Brookdale. What market is Brookdale? Do you know, Fez?
I don't think it registers.
Yeah.
I think it's below 500.
90.5 the night, overnight with your buddy David Eastside. We're going to be hearing some Wilco and then Fiona Apple coming up next. And if you are very lucky, Sebastian and Bell. On the way, 90.5 the night.
What year were you doing this? 95?
2003. 2003.
Really? You just really must be in hip by 8 years.
Yeah.
That's
I
a bad
know.
thing.
Yeah, it's kind of eclectic mix of music. And
By eclectic, that's music no one wants to hear?
Right. Yeah. And then from that, the big one, though, 95.9 The Rat. That's a great Jersey rock station. You know? Guys,
never heard of it.
No, never. They never.
No one
heard.
has.
They've got a national show, so it's hard for them to understand. Overnights there as well?
Did overnights there, too. Yeah, and that was exciting. I mean, that was much different. That was, rather than the soft-spoken voice, that was, Eastside Dave, baby, we're going to be hearing your massive Metallica coming up. Enter Sadman, 95.9 at night. The Rat rocks.
95.9 the night.
Oh, yeah, I messed up. I combined 95.9 The Rat. The Rat rocks. You always have to sign off with The Rat rocks.
Oh, that's hideous.
Yeah, well, that's... No.
So it wasn't just 24-hour Rat music.
Now, did you have mandatory Metallica?
Yes, we
so
did.
You couldn't get out of it even if you wanted to?
No, we couldn't.
Someone shoots the president, I'm sorry, we've got to play 8 Metallica
You got
songs.
Metallica.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. It's a good station, though. I still swear by it if you're in Jersey, Central Jersey, Belmar.
Why would you be in Central Jersey? Mike, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Hey, I want to speak on behalf of the state of North Carolina. Keep his ass up there.
What?
Please.
You guys got a lot of Yankees in North Carolina now, though, right?
Well, it's just good climate. We got half of Mexico now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think you'll fit in well there, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they have, open arms for me down there by that caller.
Are you setting up Journey again here at the Rat? Hey, now this girl, she won't come in and hang out with us. She won't come in and...
No. I mean, no, I didn't say that.
That really bothers me.
Listen. Today she really is going on apartment hunting. Tomorrow apartment hunting.
Why doesn't she move in with you? And you're underground there.
I think that's probably speeding it up a little bit.
What do you care?
Well, we've only had a week of dating,
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think that's a little fast?
But hasn't it been the most wonderful week ever?
Oh, it certainly has. This has been the best week of my life.
Has it really?
Yeah, I'll go so far as to say that.
That's fucking sweet.
I mean, there was this, and when I got a phone call from Fez Whatley saying, "Welcome to the team." That was another big moment in my life. That was almost as special.
I don't remember making that call.
I think maybe I just made that up in my head. But
I think Ricky called you, not us.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, it was Don Wicklund. Well, then, fuck that. Then this definitely was the best week of my life.
Welcome to the team, honey. It just doesn't seem like a Fezzy thing to do.
Hello, this is Fez Whatley from the Ron and Fez show.
No, 'cause
I'm just very proud to inform you have been selected.
I thought there was something when I gave you a ride home, but anyway.
Oh, that gay?
No,
gay slang
why would I call you from the same car?
Hello, Dave. I want you to keep your eyes on the road when I tell you this message.
Sit down when you hear this.
All right, I'm mistaken then.
Dave, you're a little too close to that truck. You want to come back a little bit? Fez rides in the back seat with one of those old-fashioned phones.
Call me back after the next left turn.
Right. Okay, so that didn't happen. But hey, we all.
So last night you went pretty far, right? Almost, like you said, tasted it.
I was rubbed. There was a lot of just nice petting going on. That's the only way I want to describe it.
Did you do the old-fashioned grind, the junior high school grind?
Yeah. I mean, pants stayed on.
Yeah.
So
how'd it feel, though?
Oh, just fantastic.
You already ready to finish then?
Yeah.
Because you haven't busted a nut in, what, a week?
Yeah. Even more, about 8 or 9 days, because I knew she was coming up, so I stored up.
Oh, my God. You're going to end up with
for
colon
winter.
cancer. Yeah. That's a fucking problem for you, though, isn't it?
I'm starting not to be able to see straight.
Right.
Concentration skills are waning.
Why don't you run a quick one out of our window? I'll have Pepper open the window for you. Keep an eye on the door.
Oh, there's a female here, so.
That'll help, won't it? I'll be the first time in front of a girl.
No.
Hey, you haven't gotten back with our intern, huh? It looked like you guys were hitting it off the last party.
No, we were just talking.
Yeah.
Colleagues, friends.
Just as friends, though, huh?
Yes.
You can go in that direction.
What?
You can go in that direction? You can stay friends with them?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because we work in the same building. So.
With all my exes, as the best relationship, well, at least our lawyers always have a really good relationship with each other. They get along great. They get along just perfectly. Here is Chris. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yo, Dave, you used to do radio for Brookdale, right?
Yes, sir.
Yo, Ron, you should give him more respect because a lot of people listen to Brookdale radio.
I give them all the respect in the world.
Cool.
All right, you're a great caller. Thanks.
And very
cool.
Too Fat's got something for you. Go ahead, Too Fat. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies. What's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, listen, Eastside, I'm a fan of yours, by the way. I think we spoke of it. Listen, if you could close this deal by tomorrow, you would win me $100. I already lost 50. I thought you were going to close it last night. Come on, man. You're killing me.
All right, it seems like both of you are trying to extend this thing.
Yeah, and that's fine with me. I thought Saturday.
Before her disappointment.
I don't look at it like that. I think she's going to have a good time. I've been storing up. I see no problems keeping it aroused.
Yeah. Because if there's anything that women like, it's a huge amount of cum.
Right. Well, I'm going to be wearing a fucking rubber, Mr. B.
Yeah.
And I've bought up...
But that's been your problem, right? You go to put the rubber on your cock and it fucking... It limps out on you.
Yeah, and I got something else, too, in my bag, in case I'm drinking a lot.
All right, go ahead.
Go grab it for you.
Let's see what you got.
All right, we can all pretend we're Casey and what the reaction of whatever this is gets displayed.
I bet it's one of those hand crank dildos, the old ones from the 1930s, pre-batteries. All right, let's see what he's got here.
What is it?
This is something, just in case, only if I'm drinking a lot. I don't need anything if I'm not intoxicated. But, Ron is so put into my head.
Libido Max.
Yeah.
Doctor developed. All right, so these are cock pills, over-the-counter cock pills?
That's exactly what they are. I got them with Dwayne Reed. As you can see, a couple of... I wanted to test it.
They're half
gone. I wanted to test it.
Now, what exactly, does this work like a cock pill? Is it the same thing?
It didn't give me any arousal or anything. But
I like that they're suppositories.
Yeah, it didn't work. But I figure instead of 4, maybe I'll take... I do overdose on pills every day.
Right. So you took 4 of these last night?
No, I took them actually yesterday before work.
Right.
Just to see
All
like if
four?
it worked.
Yeah.
Well, you want to be nice and aroused coming in here.
So, boy, this has got to make her feel great. Hey, I don't know whether you're enough to keep my cock up.
Oh, no,
so
no,
I
no,
went
no,
out and
no.
bought these pills.
No, come on, don't say that. She absolutely
You're just
is.
worried about because you've had a lot of performance anxiety.
No, well, because A, I'm nervous. B, the booze combined with my own nervousness.
Right.
That's it. It's got nothing to do. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I fucking look at her tying her shoes. I get a hard, I mean.
Well, those are great shoes.
I get aroused. I want to keep this romantic, though.
Right. You get aroused.
Sweating.
You want her.
Again.
So you want her so much, you've got to take Libido Max. So you actually went to the drugstore and had to say to the guy, what do you have to help a fucking shy guy like myself keep his cock up?
Again, I didn't put it in those words at all. I just made the decision for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Based on price.
Yeah. And
yeah, what'd you pay for these bad bears?
$11.99, I think. Nothing out of my ballpark.
Sustain,
I can afford that.
Passionate sex drive, and long-lasting erection.
But again, I'm only going to do that if I'm drinking it heavily.
Why don't you think of Dead Puppies? Just
that song.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Puppies.
Yeah, just keep singing that while you're doing it with her. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Fez.
Dave, you're my age, but I'm going to talk to you like a little brother right now. You got to run a pre-batch before you even get in bed with.
We used to call them nuisance batches. Get rid of the nuisance. That way, she thinks you're ready to sustain.
Too much of too risky. Because if I run the pre-batch, then there's things that I can't recover in time.
So you don't feel like you're Ernie Banks. You're not a 2-a-day man.
I am when I'm sober.
Yeah.
But when I'm drinking booze, it's a totally different thing. The flag is half-staffed at all times.
But why not stay sober for the big first date?
St. Patrick's Day. What do you expect from me?
Then say, I don't want to fuck tonight. Whatever we do, why set yourself up for this failure?
Well, I figure I can drink a lot, and then maybe around 3 o'clock in the morning, like around midnight, I'll stop drinking, and 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll be sober enough to do it, but I still won't be sober, if you know what I mean.
No, I really don't understand why you would do this.
No, because I think we've all seen Dave drink, and we know how at midnight he can just cut himself right off.
Well, look, I think the rules are flying out the window with me.
If pussy was a drug, that would be the one that we'd all do. That would be the fucking best drug out there.
That's true.
And yet you're acting like beers with the fucking Mick alcoholics that have no lives themselves is the way to go.
Well, just on that day of the year, I find it to be very special. And if I don't drink, I feel like I'm missing out.
Hey, Jerry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I got a question for Dog Toucher there.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about her brother mentally disturbed? What are you going to do when you piss her off and he comes after you?
Well, I don't really correspond with that guy, but he sounds like a nice person to me. She has a brother. I'm not threatened by him. Why? I treat her like a princess, which she is.
Princess was the dog that you're with. That
was Coco. That was Coco, and really, I wish we didn't have to bring that up anymore.
So what's the story with her brother? Her brother doesn't like you?
I haven't heard this. What, Jerry?
No, he's a real nice, quiet guy, but he's the kind that if you mess over his sister, he could come after you.
I don't fucking blame him the way you're sitting around talking around. You're taking fucking over-the-counter cock pills.
What are you talking about? I just said nothing but nice words. Don't, come on. Not this one.
The over-the-counter cock pills.
Not this one, Mr.
was a little disrespectful.
No, it wasn't.
He listens to the show every day.
Now, here's the weird thing. The word I hear, too, the Greek waiter at the restaurant was calling her princess. Now you picked up the nickname princess.
Right. I heard about that, but that guy's...
Those are the waiter's cock pills, too, aren't they?
Not cock pills, people. Libido enhancement for when you've drank too many. And again, it's not about her. She is the most beautiful chick on earth. It's about my own over-drinking badness. Thank you. Let's just keep that very, very clear.
Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Guys, quick question. If Fezzy called him and said, welcome to the team, doesn't that mean that Dave is gay?
Yeah, that's the way I took it. When Fez said welcome to the team,
Yeah.
I thought you left the hetero side and went over.
No, I'm still on the hetero side.
Hey, Earl, something for the odds, would you, brother? Thank you, my friend. It's really great to have a guy on the team like Earl who suffers so much. We have any kind of medication that we need. And then, of course, there's the Pepper Hicks that has all the other things that we need in the world. Here's Jesse. Jesse, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell my little bedwetter that I'm proud of him. The other night he got side tit, last night side clit. You're doing good, Dave.
Okay,
If I was your brother, I'd be furious. Right now.
We don't. I'm not calling up. Don't say it like that, sir. Fuck you for saying that, bitch. I don't care. Don't you disrespect my woman. I'll fucking pitbull you. I'll fucking pitbull you to hell.
When did pitbull become a verb?
I don't know. I thought we discussed that a couple weeks ago.
Here's Gutter. Gutter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I was going to tell Dave when he's with her, instead of taking those pills, if he'd think of that new Sleeves song, that'd probably help him out.
Maybe a little bit.
When Mighty Horse rocks, he rocks a fat ass. When Mighty Horse rocks, he rocks a fat ass.
I'm not. You're going to be thinking the whole time you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to help.
Get a Mighty Horse.
It would help for maybe mind control. But
you want some of this gay porn to put on the TV? Some of the O&A gay porn?
Not really.
You'd have that up on the TV?
No.
And make her watch it like the movie Bully? Go ahead, watch it! Watch it!
No, I don't. I definitely don't want that Harry Potter non-circumcised standing in front of a pony fucking weird.
It's a little baguette. It's a little baguette that keeps you excited. Here's Brian. Brian, you're on Fez.
Hey, thanks, Ronnie Fezzy. Dave, are you out of your mind? I'm Irish, and if I had to give up drinking to have a sweet piece like her, I would give up drinking. You are crazy.
Oh, no, if there was an absolute choice, if she said me or the drink, I'm going to say Casey and in fucking 5 seconds flat.
But there's
no gun to my head.
But you're risking it. You're taking these over-the-counter cock pills because you're nervous. I mean, first
I'm
of all,
not
you're
taking
fucking
them.
super nervous right now thinking about
Yes,
it. Two
I'm
things
really
that go
not.
wrong. Number one, you go limp, and that bums her out.
Ooh.
And then number two, push, push, come, that bums her out.
Yeah.
You know, so there's so many chances for you to fail here.
Right.
This is a minefield.
And when you keep putting those things in my head,
Don't
I
think
call
about
for
it.
desperate measures.
Don't think about
I
it.
had a fucking nice peace of mind before you start making me things. That's why I'm going out and purchasing Libido Max for Men.
Let me see the libido.
Again, that doesn't help. Again, that's not helping me. It's actually hurting me. And again, I don't have to take anything except this is just in case I've had.
It seems like as soon as you start to put on the condom, you go limp.
Well, there's a problem with that too. I mean, I have sensitive skin, hair, eyes, and dick.
Now, did she tell you? Yeah, I don't fucking trust you. You're filthy. You better put a condom on.
No, she doesn't say any of that. She doesn't say that at all.
What kind of condoms do you have with you? Why don't you get some kind of medicated fucking Irish condoms for people, for burn victims, much like yourself?
I looked extremely long and hard, but
they gotta have condom for burn victims that have the kind of skin you have. Sam just gave him the big. You're gonna do it.
Looking at me for approval. You got it, Dave.
Now, did you guys ever worry about this before you were the chick, being able to perform? Is it a nerve-wracking thing for you?
My first time, I was useless.
When you were a little kid?
Well, like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you couldn't close it down first time?
No, a girl I've been dating for a couple months, and it just went to it. The old inverted kind of thing.
Right.
Just
did you try the condom thing or without?
Yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah.
Because that's the moment of committing, I think.
Well, has the condom really been, have we done a good job with that? It's still basically the same thing as when it was sheepskin.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going back Civil War with this fucking ancient all the inventors we have, we can't come up with something that's better than a hunk of plastic that you have to unroll, even if they help the kids get it out faster.
Right.
And
it's too tight. It's like someone's putting a rubber vise on my cock.
There's different sizes. Maybe you need to go up a size.
But then I think it's rendered pointless, isn't it?
So wait, you're too
You want
fucking
me to buy
tight for
one?
one, and the other one is like you got your dick in a baggie.
I need just a nice...
You need a custom job.
I need something.
Go to a tailor. Have them take a little off the sides.
I'll try it out. I'm willing to try anything out.
Yeah.
I just what they do is they don't have any. They don't understand how sensitive people are.
Right.
And then when it's on, it's like, and it's right on top of you. And
What do you mean on top of you?
The condom is right on top of your cock.
Where should it go? Up your ass? I don't.
But that's it's like you're squeezing me too hard. And anytime I get squeezed, I feel uncomfortable. Any one time anyone gets squeezed.
Hey Dan, you're on Fez.
Yeah, hey Ron, it's Dan379 from Toronto.
What can we do
Listen,
for you,
if Dave takes these pills while he's drinking, the liver wants to process the alcohol for the pill, so he loses all the potency. He'd be better off with like a topical cream or something like that, like an arousal cream.
You thinking topical cream is the way to go?
No, I'm not thinking it.
Why don't you just put on some Icy Hot? That'll keep you in the game.
Absolutely not.
Now, he is sensitive, though. Remember, all he did that one time, when Jay Moore threw the hot sauce on you, you ended up in the hospital.
Right. Well, it was hot sauce in my asshole. It wasn't just...
Right. And your balls, too, you said. It was mainly the asshole?
Yeah, it was the asshole. It was the asshole.
Did Jay ever offer...
oh, no, you're right.
Pay for that?
It was the balls, too. No,
Yeah.
he didn't do that at all.
By the way, somebody gave us the thing from that. Did you ever see the EMT's report?
No.
It was online for a while, yeah. I forgot who sent it to us.
I'm trying to remember.
It was pretty embarrassing in the official report, and someone actually even put ha-ha. Like one of the people that was working actually wrote ha-ha there.
Wow, well, those guys were not very, they were not very understanding. They came in and started laughing at me.
Here's your buddy Stryker. Stryker, you're on the air.
Hey, buddies. Hey, Dave, how is it that you were able to get drunk and get a rod for a dog, but you're afraid to get drunk and get a rod for Casey? If I was Casey, I'd be seriously concerned about you.
All right, that is an interesting thing. You did not lose your heart on with the dog. You said you went 3 times that night.
I never said that. I never said I
Good
climaxed. I actually made an absolute point to say I never climaxed.
But then later you said you fucked a hamster.
Well, I don't know if you were listening attentively that day.
All right,
I never brought it
now you're judging me.
And the hamster didn't even know it.
All right, let's, Sam, you're in a lovely relationship.
Yes.
You're a one-girl guy, too. You don't like to fuck around, right?
Right.
Interesting. It's almost a little gay. To me, it's gay except for one person. It's only one person that's keeping it from being gay.
Technically.
First time, did you worry about it, or you were comfortable?
I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that stuff.
See, worry is the problem.
Yeah, well, I wasn't worried.
But now it's in your mind.
You put it there.
Why would you say me?
You and Fez have just made
No,
me...
you told us before with your last chick, 50% of the time you couldn't get it up. Which, I think, I met her. You're an incredible stud for getting it up 50 fucking percent of the time.
Wow.
That would have been almost impossible for any regular guy.
Were you using these pills?
Were you thinking about other people?
No. No, I didn't.
I'd have to have my head out the window looking to fuck around, hoping to catch the sight of somebody or something.
Hoping your 80-year-old landlady.
Are you going to call her when you're doing it?
No.
I always think that's fun. Yeah. I always think that's fun.
Let me.
Yeah. You give the old girlfriend a call.
Nah, that would be
call her old boyfriend.
That's kind of evil.
Yes.
I don't know that fucking chef's phone number. Otherwise, I would consider that, but not her.
I'd do it for you. Hello, Westside. Listen to this.
All done.
Then you.
Shit. God damn it. Oh, these fucking pills. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? You're just pounding your fucking head against the window.
Yeah.
Westside, we gotta go.
I worry very much about this.
I'm very worried now. Now it's all... Oh boy.
Don't drink.
Maybe I won't. But then that means I have to drink like a motherfucker tomorrow night.
Dean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, buddies. What's going on?
Yeah.
Dave, I got 2 things for you. One, for your whole oversensitive penis, try lambskin condoms. They're very tight, and they don't feel like latex, so they're very good. Secondly, watch out when you're taking these pills with alcohol, because I did it once, and I fainted quicker than Earl at an XM meeting. It was terrible.
Really? Yeah, you can feign on this.
Yeah.
By the way, you can feign even. I worry about your dick going limp and you feigning as soon as it's time for it. Like, you just see how beautiful she is.
Yeah.
Remember how hideous you are?
Yes.
You start to feel fucking nervous. I worry about you fainting.
Again, you put this image in my head, and now it's yet another thing I have to worry about.
And you've been sweating a lot. I'm worried about you sweating all over.
I know. I'm going to take
really
a shower eventually. I didn't take one this morning. But
Why?
I just didn't feel like it. I'm all fucking
No, she wakes up with you in the morning, right?
That's right.
She make you breakfast?
But I wouldn't require her to.
I just asked a question. I didn't ask if you're required. I just want to know if she's the type of girl who says,
but
hey, before you go do your 2 jobs, can I make you a little something?
You know what she did do?
What's that?
Came home oh my God. This is the best thing of all time.
Okay.
I almost have a tear in my eye. Because I mentioned casually to her a month ago, I love fish. If anyone loves fish, it's me. All right. And every time I go to the gym, or there's also Subway.
Oh yeah, you started the gym for her, right?
Yes,
the Matrix.
Exactly. And next to it is Subway Heroes. So I like to go to that a lot. Every time I go to those 2 venues, I pass the pet shop. And I always go into the pet shop and just would stare at the fish
dogs
tanks.
Jack off. Oh, wait, you don't mean you like to eat fish. You like to look at fish.
I like them both. Well, yeah, I like to eat, but I like to look at them.
I'm very confused by this whole thing.
You'll get it.
So far, however, it was a bad Subway sandwich, and no.
So I would go into the pet shop and I would just stare at the fish.
Like a pet shop boy.
For like 45 minutes, I would just look at all the fish, the different fish tanks and everything, and every single day I'll contemplate buying a fish tank or buying just even a fish bowl.
Right.
And I never
Well,
did.
the boy's got to have a dream.
Yeah.
Is this so much like Rocky and Adrian? I got 2 turtles.
So, but the weird thing was, they even knew me by name. They're like, "Hey, Dave, nice to see you. You
ever get $1 to buy a fucking fish?"
I didn't want to commit to the fish until I knew I was ready. You know, so I just stare there and look for a good 40 minutes or so. And
I gotta get you a TV.
I go home last night, 9:20. Was exactly when I arrived.
Well, you don't hang around long here, do you? After the show.
9:25. And when I opened the door, there she is sitting on the couch.
Naked?
No, clothed.
Okay.
And right next to her, fish tank with one beautiful little goldfish in it. And I thought, Jesus Christ, that's the fucking greatest thing I've fucking ever seen.
Dave, I gotta tell you the truth. I'm blown away. I'm blown away with you.
I haphazardly mentioned this to her a month ago.
She's the one.
How the fuck can you remember that?
That you stand in a pet shop like a retard for 45 minutes.
Yeah, now what about your hobbies? So she got you what kind of fish? Goldfish?
A gorgeous goldfish in a very nice... So she didn't even know... She got a green sort of fish bowl that was really cool looking. And
so it's not an aquarium, it's just a fish bowl with a goldfish.
Yeah, it's a
like
fish
shoot
bowl.
through fucking ping pongs and won it.
No, it's really nice. Actually,
I know it sounds fantastic.
It actually is nice. Yeah, and plus, I didn't want a fish tank.
No, why would you?
Because then you have to clean it and this and that.
Hey, you don't have to clean a fish bowl.
No,
fucking idiot.
The guy said every week you just take a coffee cup, take out the water, and then put new water in it. He said that's the only thing you have to do. You don't have to clean it. So then what? Oh man! So she bought me a green fish tank, and it matched this green lamp that I have on the table.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Don't put the fish in the wrong one.
I couldn't believe it.
All right, Sam and Than are sitting in with us today. You want to go Than and Sam, but I'm going to go the way the listeners do.
Well, just because that's our URL.
This is the young radio team on the rise. And what's the TV show on the rise, Fezzy?
Oh, that's Heroes on NBC.
So we have the evil, the bad guy from Heroes, Fez.
Skyler.
And it's Skyler with Sam and Than.
You there, buddy?
Hello.
How you doing?
How's it going?
What's going on? How are you guys?
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Yeah. I was always under the impression it was actually Seiler, but how's it going? Zachary Quinto, correct?
That is correct.
Nice. What's
going well. I'm at work right now waiting for them to come get me so I can go kill some people.
Oh man, that sounds hilarious. It's got to be tough though. You got to probably get up early for those sets, huh?
Yeah, dude, I was up at 5 this morning.
I couldn't imagine.
You could imagine. Don't you have to get up early too to be on the radio now?
Yeah, but this is, afternoons.
I see.
So I know that Heroes is currently on a break right now, so what's up?
Yeah, we're taking some time to get, people rallied to come back for the last few episodes. I think we have 5 episodes when we come back at the end of April.
Nice.
Any surprises in store for us?
Plenty of surprises. That's what we live for here at Heroes, giving you guys surprises.
Can you give the fans a hint? We all want to
know. There's going to be some crazy battles and things flying through the air, and people are going to die, and some stuff's going to blow up.
How do you think the heroes on your show measure up to the heroes in DC comic books?
Well, I think that they're definitely more. There are more levels to these characters. I think that's kind of the fascinating thing about our show is we sort of explore these people's lives from all the angles, not just from the angle of their superpowers or how they're using them.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Batman was a superhero because technically he had no powers?
Batman is just a badass. So
that's what I was thinking too.
I think he's just his own league of superhero. Really,
we're together on that.
Have you played a lot of antagonists in the past?
No, not really, actually. This is sort of, there was like one other job I had, which was like a guest star on a TV show where I played of evil warlock on Charmed. It was, really a career highlight. But no, this is pretty much like the only really, really badass guy I've played so far.
Well,
I'm having a great time.
You're very convincing.
Thanks, man.
Are you worried about getting typecast into the supernatural realm of characters?
No, I'm not worried about that because I feel like this opportunity will give me. This experience will give me the opportunity to sort of really be selective from here on, like for my next gig. So I feel like I'll just make sure to sort of go as far in the other direction as I can.
Yeah,
certainly, I'm sure I'll come back to this. This genre is really fascinating to me on a lot of levels. So I would never say I don't want to do it again, but I'm having such a good time with this that I can't really imagine any other experience measuring up to it, so we'll see.
Has it become one of these things where people see you on the street, sort of like Urkel, and they call you Siler, like they don't know what your real name is?
Well, I hope it's not like Urkel, but they...
Well, I'm just saying people know the character, and then they don't take the time to...
He was only kidding, Dan. What? So they don't know you by your name?
Don't correct me.
At first, it was much more like, people had just sort of the recognition of the character. But now, I feel like people are starting to connect me as an actor to that character. So that's kind of an indication that I think something's going well.
Do you think there's potential for for your own, not only your own series, but I feel like since we're dealing with heroes, maybe your own movie, like a Siler-centered project? Could be.
I guess I could ask the producers about that, see if they'll throw me my own series at some point. I'm sure they have that up their sleeves somewhere.
Well, I know you'd have a couple of fans here at the Than and Sam show. I'll tell you that much.
Good.
Yeah. That's it. That's all you got, Than?
No.
I was trying to throw it to him because
I know. So, is this? They've kind of made it so your character can develop. Well, not develop, but sort of the audience discovers new powers whenever. Are there still lots of undiscovered powers that you might have?
Oh yeah, I think so, and I think that I'm sort of still in pursuit of a lot of powers. So hopefully we'll see some of them emerge. We'll definitely see some before the end of the season, though.
Yeah, I like how they give you a badass gesture no matter what the power is. I remember
exactly right.
Like even when you just turned off the lights, you made a real badass fist.
Yeah, exactly. We like to throw that in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think some cool stuff will be coming up in the next, we come back after the break. We'll be on episode 19, so we got 19, 20, 21, so we got 5 more episodes. And we're just now starting, today, in fact, I'm just starting work on the season finale, the 2-part sort of season finale that we're getting ready to shoot. So that's going to take the better part of the next month. and it's going to be it's pretty epic. It's pretty huge. Even for us, we're sort of like, oh, like, how is this going to happen? It's just so much bigger than anything any of us have worked on before.
Are there people freaking out because they read the script and realize they won't be coming back next year?
Well, of course they leave it, they leave certain ends untied. So I don't know. You can never tell, like, if something goes out on a cliffhanger, you can never tell what it means. You can never tell if it means that it's really going to happen or if it's sort of red herring. You just don't know. So I think there's a lot of uncertainty for a lot of us, what's going to happen. But I think everybody's fully aware of the nature of this show being that anyone can go at any time. So nobody's under any illusions about that.
Now that you're part of such a successful television project, do you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to do publicity ventures such as like legitimate publicity shows, legitimate radio shows, legitimate TV shows where it's really important that you kind of get the name of your whole show out there?
Well, I mean, the show has a sort of life of its own at this point, and that's just continuing to expand. Like, we're just starting to launch internationally in other countries, and the response has been so overwhelming that I don't really think that the show needs any of us to go out and talk about it specifically, but it's always good to go out and sort of engage people in what they're like about the show and what they respond to about the show. I think that's a big part of what we do, is sort of staying connected to the people that are supporting it, because without them, then there's really no show. So I'm happy to do any of that kind of stuff and talk to people that are interested in what we're making, because that's part of why we do what we do,
Yeah, like, we have kind of a similar situation. We'll take any opportunity to mention FanandSam.com if you want to check out, our show, listen to past broadcasts and stuff.
Yeah. Well, clearly I'll check that out later today when I have a chance to be at my computer, obviously.
Oh, fantastic.
And thank you for that plug of FanandSam.com.
It's
FanandSam.com. So, Heroes is coming back April 23rd.
It is.
Mondays at 9.
Correct.
I never miss an episode, so.
Good. Well,
how are those, what's it like doing those commentaries? Is that something that you guys enjoy or hate?
That's fun. The funny thing is, the first time I did one, I didn't really know exactly what it was. Like, I knew what we were doing. I knew it was a commentary, but I imagined that they were going to edit the hell out of it, and that they would just put it all together and, like, throw it up and do whatever they needed to do. And the reality is that they just basically play them in real time without any edits or cuts. So the first one that I did, I was, like, sitting there. I felt like I looked like I just smoked, like, a big something. I don't know. I was just, like, staring.
You can say whatever you want. It's satellite radio.
Oh, it is. Excellent. I felt like I just smoked a big blunt because I was sitting there, like, looking at the television because I had never seen the episode before. So I was actually watching the episode,
Yeah.
And that doesn't make for good commentary television. Like, Milo was sitting next to me. Milo and I were doing it. And he'd, like, make a comment, and I would be like, yeah, whatever, yeah. And I'd be, like, totally engaged in the show because I hadn't seen that one before. So the second time I did it, now I know how it is. And they're a blast because it's an opportunity for us to just get together and, like, rag on each other and have a good time. And we enjoy it. It's pretty cool.
We were talking about this before, earlier on today. Have you seen these naked pictures of Harry Potter that have been popping up all over the internet?
I have not seen naked pictures of Harry Potter.
We just have a debate.
Are those a high commodity or something? Are people into naked pictures of Harry Potter? I don't know.
Well, we have a gay staff member who's pumping them all over the office, and it looks Photoshopped to me, because his cock is just hanging out there.
Why does he have naked pictures?
Well, he's in that play where,
Equus with the horse.
Oh, that's right. There was all that controversy because he's doing Equus in London. I forgot, yes.
And I can't tell whether this thing is legit or if it's a fake naked picture of Harry Potter.
I can't help you out there. I haven't seen. I don't know. I mean, Harry Potter could be. Why not? He could be packing. Who knows?
I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't know.
No, I have no idea.
I feel like this is a time to insert a bad Juan joke, but I won't. So
well, maybe you got to go to London and see the play.
I'd rather not.
That's a bad use of time. So how'd you get into the Heroes is obviously your biggest profile thing. What's some of the other stuff you did?
I was on 24 for a year. I've done a ton of TV stuff. I've been in LA for about 7 years, and so I've been, sort of one of those, like, consistently working actors. I think about a year after I got here, I started working and you know, earning my living as an actor, and I did that comfortably enough for the last like 6.5 years, and then I did 24. I did 24 like 3 years ago. I was on season 3 of 24, and then did a couple pilots, and then Heroes came along. So it's just been one of those, you know, sort of stories of someone that's just been at it for a while.
How do you feel about Captain America getting killed?
I heard this, that he's dead.
Yeah, it's
well, you know, Jeff Loeb, one of our executive producers and writers, is a huge comic book writer, and he was I was in his office the day that happened. It was pretty big deal. I can imagine it
sent shockwaves through the community.
Yeah, sorry to hear that Captain America didn't make it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Zachary Quinto, a.k.a. Siler from Heroes.
I thought it was Skyler.
No, it's Siler. No K. Heroes is coming back April 23rd, Mondays at 9 o'clock on NBC. Thanks a lot for taking time to talk to us.
Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.
You too. ThanandSam.com. Thanks.
See you around.
Very nice, boys.
That's
good work.
Very nice.
That's a guest, huh?
Yes, that's you guys with a guest.
Can we play that clip on our next show?
Yeah, there you go. You got 10 minutes now. Earl, how do you think they did?
I think they did a very good job.
All right.
Very, very good job.
Here's Don. Don, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, where do I apply to become a DJ on this channel, man? These guys are hacks.
No, why are they hacks?
That was so brutally painful.
If it's hacky to hit home runs all the time, then I guess we're hacky, sir.
What would you would you want them to be shock jocks?
No, it's just, asking questions about, it was brutal. They're obviously not you, Ronnie, but it was brutal. I'm punching out.
He can't say why.
He can't say why. I thought you guys did fine. You didn't have any prep. The guy called, you ran with it, you got his correct name down, you plugged his show, you plugged your own show.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to hang up, and he's probably on the internet right now. I got to see who those two young men are.
Yeah, hopefully he has a high-speed internet connection to get our whole show.
I love the fact that you want your own show, and there's no plans of anything new. Just give me, I want to do the professional radio broadcast. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
No, it's been invented.
Yes. You just want to be that when the wheel turns, you want to be paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
If we were turning it.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to go. All right, it's the Ron and Fez show. What am I saying, Fez? It's the Sam and Than show with Ron and Fez.
SamandThan.com.
That's the big fan site that the kids like to go to.
Yeah.
And there's there's puzzle games on there. There's pictures.
Yes.
You
Greg Proops.
Find the bunny type thing. There's all kinds of ways. But a nice rainy afternoon, you can go to their website.
It's perfect. I like to go play the Where's Travis game.
Oh, you know where he is. Rich, you're on Ron and Fez. And you tied it back in with the Harry Potter. And who didn't want to hear that again? Rich, you're on Ron and Fez.
I just wanted to say that, boy, they had a great start on that, and I was laughing the whole time I was listening to it.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Very nice. All right, now the reviews are starting to... You don't panic, because the red states haven't been... initially, you get the blue states votes. You guys are not going to get Vermont. You're not going to go New Hampshire.
We're not interested in the blue states.
Heartland.
Yep.
That's where you guys are.
USA.
You're the heartland.
Leave the coast to the ocean.
Oh, West you're on Fez. Interesting, Fez. That's a good one. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? First off, love the show. First-time caller, so
thank you.
But I just wanted to say that I really loved the Harry Potter drop in there. That was probably one of the best parts, where it was just that whole uncomfortable feeling.
And you know what? He was a good guy. He rolled along with it. Why treat him like an asshole? Some people think the only way to do an interview is to make the guy wish that he never called. Then he goes, "That was a great interview."
And I'm actually a pretty decent Heroes fan, so
you could tell.
Yeah,
it came through.
Did you go to the last Comic-Con thing?
No.
Fez tells me he goes down there, and the little cheerleader had a booth to sign things, and it was like the fucking line to see the Who. The line just went on and on.
Yeah, huge line for, and she didn't look like the little girl cheerleader that she looks like on Heroes. Looked like a very grown-up adult actress.
How'd she look, though? Good?
Yeah, she looked great.
I would love to know how old she is, really, because I bet she's, mid-20s.
It made me wonder, if it's just this cheerleader outfit making her look high school.
Bobby, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Yeah.
Hey, honest opinion, Dan and Sam, they did all right. They stumbled on some things, but you know what? They're going to hone their craft. They got the basis, and you don't pick up a baseball glove and go play for the fucking Yankees the next day. Tell that other guy to go shit in his hat.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
People are loving you guys.
Shit in your hat.
Shit in your hat. That's it. This is Satellite. You say whatever you want to say. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Hey,
guys, man, this is honest opinion. You guys are awful, god awful. I'm serious. You know why? And I'm gonna tell you why. It's mainly Stan. Stan is Candy has a little bit of personality. I don't know what the big because I always hear people praising Stan. I don't think he's fun. Like I don't know. I think he lulls me to sleep.
All right, I don't know where he went with that. He liked one of you?
He liked Sam. I lull him to sleep.
I see.
What state was he from?
I think he's
New York, right?
Yeah. He is an East Coaster, part of the media elite, and who needs that? Heartland. Yeah. That's you guys.
Slower lifestyle, likes my kind of delivery.
Right. Now, in his defense, I'm more of a Sam fan. I like the poppin' comedy, the what's going on, hey, I wonder what his girlfriend's up to now. That's where I'm at.
I don't think we got into that.
Whole entertainment thing.
Well, this is one of the things that I think about. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yo, guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Just wanted to say the best part of that whole interview was when he brought up the marijuana reference. He could tell that he kind of tokes a little bit.
Yeah, and then you guys pulled it out of him. Hey, it's cool, man. You're with us. Let's talk about it.
We're a young, hip show. We know about drugs.
I wish you would have said, I have a pack of papers right here. And who knows, maybe later I'll be twisting up a doob. Here's Brian. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, the chick from Heroes, cheerleader, she's 17. She'll be
all right, God bless her then. She is a little girl.
August, I believe, she'll be legal.
Of course, no.
Well, then that's when I'll stop watching the show.
Yeah, really.
But I know a lot of people don't bring this up, but for a young actress, really strong and incredibly fuckable. And I don't think that that's pushed enough. The guys at the Comic-Con understood, though.
Oh, yeah, just totally. She was between the people from Who Wants to Be a Superhero and Gary Coleman, and no line on either side of her, and she just had a line down the block.
I would have had to walk down to see Gary Coleman just so he wouldn't feel so bad.
I walked past him to see him, but I just wasn't going to get in line for the $25 autograph.
You know what I would say to him?
What's that?
What you talking about? And just see if he remembered that from the old days. Earl, I ought to fucking next time I'm going to get a booth and put you in there and just put a sign up. This is Gary Coleman.
Probably get as much action as he did during the Comic-Con.
I look at you and I just worry. You're so alone. I want you to be the kind of guy that girl gets a fish for.
I can work on that.
By the way, did we ever find out what Dave named his fish?
I named my fish Swimmy.
Oh, that's sweet. Swimmy.
Floaty.
Swimmy McDonald. How long before Lene steals that? Hey, Sean, you're on my Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, that's Sam and Stan. Was that live just now?
Yes.
It was.
Okay.
No, we only kept the best parts, sir.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. It was incredibly cringe-inducing, but somehow perfect. It was incredibly entertaining.
I thought they did a really good job. They weren't ready for it. When I brought the guy on, when I saw the setup, they both had the fucking deer and headlights look. Me and Fez both walked out of the studio, went out and had a smoke, even though we're not allowed to in this place. I'm listening on the radio, and I go, they are doing strong. The interview moved along.
And we had no idea whether you even watched the show or not.
I've never seen
to talk to the guy. You've never seen it?
You don't have to see a show to talk to a guy. That's the thing that fucking people don't realize. What's the difference? All you got to do is keep the son of a bitch moving. Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
I want to put an absentee vote in for the Patty show.
All right, you haven't even heard.
These guys are terrible.
Yeah. All right, that's
prank
again. By the way, Vermont. That's a fucking the media elite.
Yeah.
You guys are not going to get over with the Harvard crowd. you're going to do well with the long tooth, unread, unwashed.
The backbone of America.
Yes, the backbone of America. Sister fuckers are going to be big fans of what you guys are doing. Oh, Earl, I thought you were waving at me. You were just pretending you were smoking your pen?
I was just holding with pen, not smoking it.
Here's Rob. Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy, 276 checking in.
All right, what's happening, bro?
I gotta call out Aunt Fezzy there a little bit. I ran the booth for Who Wants to Be a Superhero at the con, and we had quite a line. Hayden Panettiere hung out with us.
Well, that's why.
When I walked by, I saw a huge line for the cheerleader. Did not see anyone there for Fat Mama and feedback.
Oh wow!
What about Nitro? Nitro's the man. He's the one that put it all together for us.
Now, I will admit this. I have no idea what any of you people are talking about. Nitro, feedback, none of them.
This was from the Stan Lee reality show, Who Wants to Be a Superhero, on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, Nitro was the only one from New York, and he was the one that got everybody together to come out to the con, and we had a little booth up there, and we did. And Major Victory was there too, Fezzy.
Hi, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Yeah. We lost you, bro.
Oh.
Here's Naz. Naz, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, boys? What's going on, buddies?
Hey, man.
Hey, listen. I want to give props to the boys, man, because I listen to all of y'all, man. I got XM. I listen to the boys in the morning, and I listen to Ron and Fez. I'm a fan, and I wanted to say that on the fly, to do an interview like the way they did on the fly without being prepared, they did good. They started off a little shaky there, but then they finished off. But I feel like they finished off strong. Especially I like that kid Sam O'Candy Head.
Yeah, everybody likes Candy Head. What's not to like?
Sam is fine.
And yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, Earl's not going to get a call of what the fuck was that? We thought we were doing a professional show and we didn't. Everything went great. You guys pulled it off. You should put this up on your website. Add out the parts with me and Fez. Just to make it seem like this is your podcast, as the kids call it. Are we podcasters now?
I think we are.
Are we podcasters, Earl?
Unofficially, yes.
What do you mean unofficially?
What's that mean?
It's on the Free FM website.
Yes, I mean you could. You can listen on the Free FM website and download it to your iPod.
That would be a podcast. What is not official about that?
Well, yeah, you're right.
We didn't get the mayor did not announce it.
You need Bloomberg to fucking put a stamp on this?
No, not at all.
It's on iTunes. We're on iTunes. Different clips of the Ron Fez show are there. So go to.
Shouldn't some money come back my way?
Yeah.
Because no one ever brought this up to me.
Yeah.
Where's my agent sleeping today?
I don't know, but we'll get him on the horn.
Yeah, you're missing a lot of money.
Yeah.
The podcast industries.
Well, I have no idea how it works. To me, ever since the internet started, it's all been confusing. Nothing makes sense to me. Here's Patrick. You're on Fez.
Montana loves Stan and Sam.
There you go. And then this guy can literally speak from Montana. I don't know if you've only been there, but there's only like 5 guys.
Thank you very much, Montana.
We love America.
All right, see you at the thaw. Mike, you're on Fez.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Sam, you guys did great. A little bit of advice, I'd say start off with the questions that make your guest feel comfortable, and maybe a little reaction to when he's saying something funny.
Oh, did he say something?
Little fake laughter for him? Oh, Siler.
When you cut those brains out.
Siler, you're so crazy. Meat and Potatoes, that's our boys, Fezzy, the future of radio sitting in here. Meat and Potatoes might even be a good name for the show.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to be meat? Quick.
I got meat.
All right, say. All right, let's just go meat and meat. Basically, you're out there with just a lot of meat.
And then you can do a meet and greet.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you this. One of the things when I interview people, I always like to bring this up. First question, I'll go, are you a Jew? There's something about you that just seems Jewish. I want to get it out of the way. And that way they can relax. You get into their background.
Put the guest at ease. I get it.
Yeah, get it. Put them at ease. Let them know you're on to them. That's what I like to do. You're not fucking fooling anybody. Like Paul Newman apparently has fooled me my whole life. Here's Jeff. Jeff, you're on Fez.
house rocks, he rocks a fat ass. When monkey house rocks, he rocks a fat.
Here's Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, Fezzy, hey, Sam and Stan. I noticed at the beginning you guys said, how you doing quite a few times. I know that's kind of a radio
the guest?
no-no. Yeah, to the guest, right?
You just kept asking the guest how he was doing?
I thought that was to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it was a little bit of nervousness, but overall, since it was live, I think you guys did. Ramon, put these guys back on at midnight.
We'll take midnight.
Sure. Why, are they offering?
It seems like...
No, they're not.
It seems like there's a buzz. I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's a buzz about you guys.
Oh, yeah. We had at least 2 pages on Whackbag for our last show, the listening thread.
Yeah?
And only half of that was dedicated to what kind of truck do you drive. So...
Which was not something we were talking about on the show.
Maybe that's so. Now you know what you should be talking
Trucks.
about. You fucking open every show with Willin'. You get that out there for the trucker audience. And when you're talking with callers, you always open it up with what's your handle. And it's basically, you find out, hey, welcome to the show, what you hauling?
Oh, batteries.
I'd always say peaches. No matter what. I think it just sounds romantic if you've got a truck full of peaches.
It really does.
Yeah. This is coming up every month and a half. It's the Dan and Sam Show.
I've been warped by the rain, driven by the snow. I'm drunk and dirty, don't you know? And I'm still willing.
Dan and Sam.
And I was out on the road late at night. I seen my pretty Alice in every headlight. Alice, Dallas, Alice.
Radio for the Heartland.
And I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatchapee to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back road so I wouldn't get way.
This actually could work.
And if you give me...
I like it.
It's easy.
Hey, Mike, what you hauling?
Peaches and horse shit.
Peaches and horse shit.
My kind of guy, Mike.
Yeah.
These peaches went bad. No, you got the wrong delivery.
And also, it might always be nice, too. How many miles before you sleep tonight, brother?
About 600.
Where you at right now, Mike?
Hayseedville, Indiana.
All right, Hayseedville, Indiana. No place like it. That's the Heartland.
It's our demo.
That's where you guys are big, yeah. What can we do for you, Mike?
I just wanted everybody to know that the truckers love old Candy Head.
They call me Sam, most of them.
ThanandCandyHead.com is the website.
No,
What?
It's still the old website name.
Oh, Than and Sam. Won't Candyhead redirect you if you Google it?
Apparently it should.
Yeah, we might need to go buy that.
It's radio for truckers.
Smuggles and smokes and folks from Mexico, baked by the sun every time I go to Mexico.
And every caller you let go, hope you don't get weighed. You just put that out there. You let them know.
All I know is Kojak with a Kodak. That's my only trucker speak that I remember.
And it works for you.
Yeah.
That's a Kojak with a Kodak. Keep them bears off your bumpers.
And if you give me
double nickels.
Yeah, it's trucker radio. Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez. What you hauling?
I'm hauling ass right now, Ronnie.
All right, my friend. All right, buddy.
Sam and Sam.
What's up?
Would love to hear your show with Dave producing.
Oh.
With Sam's deadpan sarcasm humor, you need a dumbass who's willing to just be an idiot that you can pull your sarcasm on, and it'd get old if you just kept hitting Sam with it. Love both of you. Want to hear that. Dave?
All right, that's not bad. That gives you guys a position to be elite. Mm-hmm. You're always better than Dave.
Yeah. Oh, we're shopping around for idiots. Don't worry.
Not a bad job at all there to think that way. Surround yourself with a bunch of morons. I'd always like to have one idiot, one black guy, and off you go. Or an idiotic black guy. Perfect. Who refuses to talk to anyone that holds a position of responsibility.
I do talk to them occasionally.
And yet they say you don't.
I don't know where that's coming from, but
Them.
but I do talk to them.
Chad, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing? Love the show.
Yeah, where are you hauling?
I'm hauling JCPenney clothes.
Oh, JCPenney clothes. Not bad. Those are your people, boys. Work them.
The Huskies.
How y'all boys doing?
Fantastic.
Love the show, guys.
How long since you seen home?
About 3.5 months now.
That's rough.
I feel your pain.
I'm from your home state there, Fezzy.
Nice, the Sunshine State, Florida.
Yes, sir. Orlando.
You going up 95th Street? It's I-95.
Nice one.
Yeah.
I never even heard that before.
Yeah. I did a sketch show about truckers once.
I don't know. I go up to 95th Street to cop. What can we do for you, Chad?
I just wanted to say I love the show.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Best of luck to you, pal.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And where is that famous topless bar that's as big as a Walmart? They all have that thing. They all know some topless bar that's as big as a Walmart.
Don't do anything there.
Yeah. Hey, it's our buddy Turtle. Hey, Turtle.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I thought the interview started out a bit slow, but they finished up strong. You know, if you like what you heard, you can check out more on SanandSamShow.com.
Wow, that's not the correct
That's not the correct URL.
Oh, I'm sorry, boys.
Believe it or not, one of our producers bought up a couple extra domains and redirected it to gay porn.
Yeah.
Ah.
Surprise, surprise.
Always fun.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
SanandSam.com.
SanandSam.com. When you go, check out the World of Warcraft bit. Very funny.
All
Give
right.
Ross, Johnny, and Bitsy a chance, too.
All right, they're talking about you, fellas.
Thanks, Turtle.
There seems to be a lot. That's that buzz I was talking about.
Yeah. Somebody can name a bit we did. That's pretty good.
Not bad at all. We haven't been to that point yet. We have not been at the point where people go, hey, here's something I liked from your show. All right, we got to take a break. Thanks for coming in, boys. A great interview.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Very, very proud of you. Get it out there on the show. What's that website again?
SanandSam.com. Oh, that's it.
Very simple.
Right back, Ron and Fez.
Every time I go to Mexico, and I'm still, and I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatchapeta, Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back road so I wouldn't get weighed.
Fezzy! It's Ron and Fez.
It's the Ron and Fez show. Kick back, have your big I love Fez urine bottle, and just enjoy the rest of the show. Does that bother you at all that Alki has the big I love Fez urine bottle?
Yeah, I wish. It's the I love Fez part that I like.
Mhm.
It's the whole urine bottle that I have a problem with.
I'm going to talk to Wiki and start marketing urine bottles for everyone. Here's the two ideas I had for Wiki. We give away the Irish Alki I love Fez urine bottle, or Ron and Fez's own Frenchie's Ladder, where I don't know what, for whatever reason, I don't know what goes in the house of hers, but she's always got that ladder behind her. I think it would make a great giveaway.
I like the ladder idea better than the urine bottle, I think.
What about this? Latter-day Saints.
Oh, I like that.
Where it's just everybody's really loving on the ladder. Hey, Than and Sam. I always call them the wrong names. I always put Sam out front. Than and Sam did a good job in here for us tonight. I like the young kids doing radio now, Fez. I'm big fans of the Hideout. We'd love to do something where we get to work with those guys again. By the way, did you talk to our other friend about lunch next week?
No, I haven't.
You're supposed to do that, right?
Yeah, I forgot that one, yeah.
Never forget. You know what I want you to do? A clipboard. Have a clipboard, and everything that I say to you, I want it to go on a clipboard at all times, like Earl was supposed to do. I wouldn't even mind doing something with this Pepper Hicks, Vezzy, who is literally the best intern we've ever had in all of our years doing radio.
Well, maybe we could if Earl actually taught me something or did anything for me, the intern.
Earl's been under a lot of pressure lately, and don't even bother with him. Earl Douglas sitting in. Earl, by the way, I did not know this Boston story turned out to be a suicide.
Yeah. Brad Delp, the family confirmed that it was, in fact, a suicide.
I had no idea. I thought it was natural causes when they announced it. Then I heard O&A this morning said it was suicide.
Yeah, the family said they didn't specify what was wrong with him or whether or not he was suffering from some type of illness or anything. But
geez, do you think something could have been bothering him a little bit? Or you don't get up on a good day and kill yourself.
No, but it was just odd because he was planning to get married. He was planning a tour. He had all these plans, and then all of a sudden it was like, boom, he was gone.
And then went through the very methodical thing of the report I read was that ran a hose from a vehicle outside the house into the bathroom and did the carbon monoxide suicide.
Who would have even thought of doing it in the bathroom? I guess because it's the smallest room?
Yeah, I guess best contained.
You know, I had a friend in high school. He came home from school. His fucking dad was in the garage with the thing running, and his mom was in the bathtub, had, cut herself. They both planned it together, both went in different spots. He called, and they both were saved.
Really?
Him. Yeah.
Wow.
And they fucking hated him after that. They hated him. How dare you? We wouldn't be having these problems if it wasn't for you.
Amazing to me that they both decided two separate forms of the suicide attempt.
Well, they obviously didn't get along well, so what are you going to do? Both go together? I don't want to be choking on that. I'd rather go out a bleeder like ancient Rome. Earl, how would you go out? Walk into a white neighborhood 3 o'clock in the morning? That might be the perfect way for you.
What, with a white chick? That would be...
Just peek in the windows. Just walk through a white neighborhood, peek in the windows. Oh, speaking of white chicks, Earl, today is the day you had set up something that you were supposed to have a hot date to at least equal the hot date that Dave has. So where is she?
I have failed in that attempt.
Oh, black girl.
I have, I failed.
Pepper, did you even think you had a single chance at it?
This fucking guy doesn't have anything. It's not gonna fucking happen.
Gee whiz, Earl, that's the intern.
Well, so the intern he's got his head on straight. He understands Earl isn't getting it done.
And freaking wisecracks from the subordinates. I work my ass off. Why don't I have time to do this?
Don't call him a subordinate. He's an intern, Earl. What do you mean working your ass off? What have you done this week?
No, but, we work on 2 shows. I got to do something.
Yes, what do you do on those 2 shows? Stan and Sam get more guests than we get. They had Siler on today.
Well, there's calls that have to be made. There's production that has to be done. There's a lot of things.
Lunch. There's lunch.
What? There's things that just have to be done on a day-to-day basis. That takes up all of my time.
So you can't date. Your problem is you are so married to the Ron and Fez thing that you can't date.
Yes, my social life has suffered greatly. What little I had is non-existent now.
Now, why not train the kids to take care of some of that? We got all these great interns. Why aren't some of them making the calls for you? Delegate.
No, I would love to delegate, but I've always been the point person where, people are calling me directly. They're calling me on my cell phone. They're calling me on the office phone. They call me in here.
So no one can do these jobs but you.
Earl, you got to give us some responsibility. It's ridiculous. You just have us fucking being your waitstaff. Seriously.
Oh!
Ouch.
I love this kid, Fezzy. I love this Hicks.
Earl.
You got a set of balls on you, buddy. You got a set of balls on you.
No, being your waitstaff, I instruct them as much as I can.
You haven't done shit.
Us in nothing. I came in here on Monday night, and I asked Earl, hey, can I come in, try to learn some production, try to do something? For 2 hours, all I had to hear was his stories of NEW and how he got severance pay and got drunk with Fez in D.C. or something to that effect. I wasn't even paying attention.
Please don't tell me you got the "How bad do you want it" speech.
Well, first of all, he asked me a ton of questions, all of which I answered, and he was actually almost like a puppy, looking at me and I showed him how we put the show openers together and how to how we pull clips, how do we use this.
The kid's saying you're not giving them enough, and I hear it from all the interns.
And I give them plenty to do, and I give them plenty of instruction.
You really don't, Earl.
I don't know where this is coming from. And again,
it's coming from all of them. How come you never know what people mean when they say things?
No, because 9 times out of 10, they don't even come to me directly. I always have to hear it.
They'll come to you now.
Earl, this is what I'm saying. You're not doing your job, and you're not running the staff. Us, the interns. That's what's up.
I'm not. You think you can come? You think you can come in here and sit in this chair and execute the
God,
show?
that's the same fucking thing that you give to Dave. The same speech. You want the chair? You want the chair?
No, everyone, it's very easy to be a Monday morning quarterback, and and it's like, hey, you should do this, and you should do that, and you should do this, and I'm like, fine. I'm like, when I tell people to sit in this chair, it's like the chair is on fire. They can't get out of it long enough.
All right, listen. Dave, whenever we ask Dave that, he says no, but I'm saying yes. With this staff interns that we have, we'll go in there and we'll fucking put on a show and we'll fucking do well.
You're throwing the gauntlet down right now. You were throwing it.
Yeah, I'm throwing it down right now. Earl.
All right, there it is.
We're going to do a show.
When do you guys want to do this?
We'll do it tomorrow. Fuck it.
Earl, why don't you stay home tomorrow? Let the kids run the show.
Game on. Let's do it.
No, who do you want on your team?
All right, Lily, probably Pitsy.
All the interns.
All the interns, pretty much.
All right, all the interns could do Earl's job tomorrow.
Snod's going to be part of this?
Yeah, Snod's going to be part of this, of course.
All right, who else? We got anybody else?
Shell?
You know what? Let's take out Dave, too.
Okay.
Neither one of them. Both of you keep your asses home tomorrow.
Actually, I think I have a good... They should be our interns for this.
Ooh.
I think Earl should be taking phone calls all day.
It's fucking Freaky Friday.
I love it.
Let's do it. Totally game
Perfect.
on.
Perfect.
And then let me pick up the clumps of hair you'll be pulling out when you screw up on this thing.
Let's see.
All right.
Let's see, because maybe it's not as difficult as you're letting on, Earl. All right, so Pitsy will be in here. The two girls.
Lily and Shell and Nas.
And that's it?
And Bronx Johnny.
All right, Bronx Johnny.
And led by Pepper Hicks, I guess.
Sure, why not?
All right, so the interns will take the place of the producers. Producers take the place of the interns.
Great.
And you can do it tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll get it together by tomorrow. No problem.
Earl, what are you smiling at? If anything, this could prove
funny?
that you're not ready to fucking rock it.
No, I mean, I'm looking forward to the limo wreck. I totally am. And again, and I'm looking forward to the thank you that I'll get tomorrow, and the I understand.
Oh, you're gonna get a fuck
through.
you, not a thank you. All right?
I fucking love this kid. I love this fucking kid.
Just remember, I always deliver.
This fucking
Always.
is New Jack City. The fucking Italians are out and the new kids are in.
But let's do this. Let's totally do this.
Hey, Bob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. First off, Pepper Hicks is on his way to becoming the new champ. I just want to put that out there.
He really is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Second, sure he can produce a show, but can he take all day to hang pictures like Earl? That's the question.
That's the thing. If any of you guys could stay as hired as long as Earl, then you'll prove... Oh, here comes Lillian. Come on in, darling. She's hearing this.
All right,
I love the gimmick, Fez. And we haven't even checked. I don't know how Dave got pushed out, but he had it coming. Lily, are you in for this too?
Oh, I'm so in. I'm so ready for this.
You feel the same way about Earl? I mean, you were a guy you were friends with Earl before you came here.
Yeah, I think it's my opinions on Earl have changed a bit since I've worked with him.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
No,
it's funny when you're friends with somebody outside of work, but then when you work with them, it's like
it's a whole different thing, right?
It really is. Yeah.
Now the weird thing is, long as Fez and I known each other, we have a completely fucking different relationship away from and we're like almost at least Fez, I think, is a completely different person off air. I can't begin to tell you how funny he is. And I say very little. I just sit there and go, yeah. It's like a guy with a talkative wife. I'm watching the game. Fez is giving me every opinion. I'm like, really? So, before you came here, what did you think of Earl, and how has that changed?
Just because of the fact that he was employed at NEW for about 15 years straight,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, he must be a really hard worker.
Right.
Then I got here and I was like, what? What does he do, really?
Well, you always hear the thing about working smart or working hard. Earl is incredibly good at keeping himself hired. And he, for some reason, he realizes that if you take no responsibilities, they can't fire you. He hides from the bosses like he was fucking wanted by the law. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Those 15 years he was at NEW, I'm sure that half of those they didn't know.
No, I mean, what? I don't know why. I don't know why longevity, and it's a detriment all of a sudden. Where that obviously means I was getting a job done, because if I wasn't, I would have been fired a long time ago.
There were no jobs. You don't take responsibility.
I completely take responsibility.
You are never on the phone with the bosses. They always tell me, what is up with Earl? Where is he spending his days? Now, how could two companies not know where you are at any given time?
I mean,
and yet you keep your job. It's amazing.
And they make it sound like I'm the most unreachable guy in the world. I mean, I'll walk up to these guys. I mean, when the situation calls for it, it's a face-to-face. I'll make the phone calls.
But here's the thing. You're telling me that, Earl. And yet the people who work for you and the people you work for both say they can't communicate with you.
I honestly, I really
We
don't
had
know.
Dukes on this show the same time as Elo. Now, and both of them said they don't understand you. Now here's your interns. One of them, who's been your friend for years, they both say they can't communicate with you and they can't get anything out of you.
And they make me sound like I'm hiding under a desk or something. I'm right here. I'm the most approachable guy in the world.
We know where you're at from noon to 3 in the east.
And
then you can't talk to people.
And you can ask me anything in the world.
How do you keep your job? That's what I'm asking you.
I get the job done. That's how I keep my job.
We'll see you tomorrow. If these kids pull off this show tomorrow,
we are.
I love the kid. I love this Pepper Hicks, Fezzy. He's the fastest gun I've ever seen, and he's rarely sober, even at work. But Earl, what's that going to mean to you if they can walk in here and get this show done tomorrow?
What that'll mean? It'll actually be an affirmation for me that we taught them something.
We taught ourselves, Earl.
The only person who's giving me any help is Dave, surprisingly.
Your intern, Dave?
My Eastside intern, yeah.
All right, here's the thing, too, Earl. If you're intern, and I don't want any fucking back talk out of you tomorrow, you got to do what you're assigned.
I'm gonna do what I'm told.
Really?
I'm gonna do what I'm told. I'll answer phones. If I have to go out to get food, I'll get food. I'll be the model intern tomorrow.
You'd rather be that person, wouldn't you?
No, I would not.
You wish you had that job.
I was an intern for 2 years. Believe me, it's much better on this side of the fence.
2 years.
All right, Dave, come on in here. Now, to you guys, Dave is the go-to guy?
He really is.
That's embarrassing.
I stopped emailing Earl maybe 3 days into the internship.
Really?
I was this guy. At least I have a response sometimes from Dave, which is better than nothing.
Yeah. And Earl never responds to you?
Pretty much never, no.
That's horseshit.
Lily, he always asks you what you're wearing when he emails you or calls you.
Yeah, what color panties I'm wearing,
You say that, Earl?
No, and no.
Holy
absolutely
shit.
No.
I do go to Dave.
Yeah.
Actually, 99.9% of the time.
And you've known Earl forever.
Yeah, but Dave, I feel, is supposed to be responsible for us in a way, but, Earl doesn't tell us anything to do.
The weird thing, Dave, you told me that when you did your thing with Wiki, your job, what do they call it?
The evaluation?
Yeah, the evaluation.
Yeah.
That the only thing that you did wrong is that they said Earl runs the intern.
I know. And I wanted to bite my tongue because Don gave me great remarks.
Yeah.
And I felt like, all right, I'll suck this one up.
Right.
But that's the one thing I pride myself on. I think they would agree. I am there for them. I talk to them regularly on the phone, text messages, and all that.
You get drunk with them.
I was not drunk on this past...
Did he get hammered with you guys last week?
No.
No.
Because I got the call from Earl. I'm a little worried about this, boss.
Yeah, you
Looks
fucking
like Dave,
sellout.
Looks like Dave is not partying hard with the intern.
No, you said you were going out with the guy. You were going out with him.
I'm worried.
I get a call on a Friday night. I'm sitting there. He goes, I don't know whether you want me to go down there, boss. Dave's pulling the shit with the interns again.
Yeah, I know you ratted me out because word got back. So don't think I've fucking forgotten about that. What is with you? I asked him to go 5 times. I said, you know what we're going to do is, yes, there's going to be a cocktail there because we're going to a bar. Yeah. But we're going to be talking about show shit. Why don't you come out with us, bond with the team, and fucking talk about actual show stuff? which is what we did. But no, you're fucking Lil Earl in your cave.
No, because your history always says Friday night, a minute after the show is over, your liver is screaming for alcohol.
Oh, fucking what? It's a fucking Friday night. Fucking bitchy killjoy.
All right, wait a minute.
Bitchy killjoy.
First of all, he's supposed to be my executive producer. Why do all you guys scream at him like he's fucking nobody?
I think that's the only way to get an answer out of him sometimes. He's like, Earl, what should I do? Earl! What do I do?
You know why? Because 9 times out of 10, there'll be a room full of people in there asking me 4 different things. You're talking to me. I'm trying to hear what you're saying, and I'm like, hold on. Or we're going into spots. I got to hit the...
All right, so this all happens during the show, right?
Some of the things that happen...
Here's what you need to do. Like it was a football team, right? You need to have a plan before the game. This is the game. You don't try to teach people how to block during the game. Okay?
Right.
You need to speak with them before the game and say, here's your assignment for today, gang. Then after the show, you go over to them. What did you do? Blah, blah, blah. Do you think you're ready for some more?
You know, and I do that, but sometimes things are happening during the show where, let's say...
All right, let me ask them. Does he do that? Do you get to talk with Earl before the show saying, this is what I expect out of you? And then after the show, does he check in with you to see whether or not you understood it?
Never. That's never happened.
Does he talk about you with your future in radio and where you hope to go and how he can help you get a gig?
I don't understand what's so funny.
Earl, to me, the producer with the interns, that relationship is I come in, I learn the business, I tell you what I hope to get out of the business, then that producer goes out of his way to try to find a place for them in the business.
You know, and I've done that. I've tried.
No. Have you gotten one intern hired?
No, not yet.
Not yet? You've been a producer for a year and a half.
And that's the first time that's happened to me and Ronnie. Any place we've worked.
Most of the time, the interns would stay on in some place.
I just got an email from Vertigo who says, Dave, will you write me a letter of recommendation? Because I asked for Earl for one 2 months ago, and he hasn't given it to me yet. So, yes, Vertigo, your letter of recommendation will be received tomorrow. Because that's the way we do it on the east side.
Well, wait a minute.
Where? East side of town.
Dave, you freaking hypocrite. You're the one who trashed them left and right.
So what? Doesn't mean that you don't fucking write him a nice thing.
Yeah. And
I fucking believe in it, seriously. Even if the guy's a piece of shit, at the end of it, you fucking make sure he aces the thing, and then you try to find him a job. He gave you fucking his time, right? I mean, the guy would have to steal for me not to want to help him.
Oh, he actually did steal a few.
Did he really?
He stole some of my books that I kept in the office.
What books?
Bronx Johnny saw him. Just different books that I had.
All right, then here's your recommendation. This book stealing motherfucker would be perfect for you.
But, yeah, so, I mean, yeah, I'm going to do that even for a person who I don't particularly care for.
But the job's a library. He can't be there.
All right, hold on. Here's, it's Bobby the Champ. Hey, Champ, how are you, pal?
Hey, Ron, what's going on? Hey, Fez.
What do you say, kiddo?
Nothing. The funny part of this show right now, I heard the one last week also when you guys were bashing Earl. We had this exact same show a year and a half ago with when Harry was on and that other retard that I worked with. But,
what's his name?
Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie. So the thing is, I feel bad for Earl because he means well. Like, he really does mean well. He's a very rah-rah. He'll give you, like, the rah-rah speech. But there's no real direction there. And he must be good at what he does. You know, he obviously runs the board. He gets the guests. And as far as this guy Pepper telling NEW stories,
yeah,
Earl has great stories with great musicians and, you know, a lot of different
But he
stories.
retells them over and over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he has a lot of them, but he has some interesting ones. So if you don't want to hear him tell stories, tell him not to tell stories. All I know is he told me a couple really good ones. As far as getting interns hired, he wasn't great at that because I thought I did a pretty good job.
You were great.
I was on.
Yeah, you were great.
So I was hoping I was the champ. I was hoping, you know, that it would go further than that. But, you know, what are you going to do? You know, wherever life takes you. Just these kids got to take initiative. I know Earl's hard to get through to, but I guess, that's what you got to try to do. It's difficult.
All right, thanks, Bobby.
No problem.
Peace.
See ya, Bobby the Champ.
Bobby's clearly drunk right there.
So what? Don't make him a bad person.
My favorite part of that call was when he goes, the retard, and everyone yelled, Paulie?
Paulie, a good kid. Always watching out for you, too, Fez, at that last thing, at Looney's.
Oh, yeah.
And you forgot the day you were in here drunk, he was the one that kept changing your whiskey with water while you were doing it. He fucking loves you like a niece.
He's very loyal, but I know at O'Looney's, he walked up to me while I was talking to people and said, Fez, I found it. And I said, what? And he goes, the bathroom. Don't you have to go?
Did you?
No! I never asked him for the bathroom.
Hey, by the way, guess who's on a citrus tear, one after another now?
Yeah.
Just going through, like, practically eating the state of Florida as she's sitting there. Hey, Ray, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, Earl, man. I love you, bro. For real, man. And I hate the fact the way, like, I know everybody gets their turn to get dogged. Nobody gets away with it. But truthfully, I think that the way this bitch, Lily, like, I swear to God, I don't even know this girl, and I don't care how pretty she is, but I just hate her because she's the most ungrateful fucking cunt. And she should fucking thank you for even getting that.
You know what? I'm going to disagree there. I think she's a grateful cunt. I really do. I really do. All right, Lily, how do you deal with that? You came here with certain expectations.
Yeah, I did. And there's nothing against Earl personally, but, I'm here to do a job, and I'd like to do it really well, but it's really hard to do that when Earl is supposed to be the one showing me the way to do it, and he's not. It is nothing, and I love Earl. I do, but
the other thing,
I'm ungrateful is not really
and
fair
it's not only that she's pretty, and she is. Her dad's an amazing chef. So there's really a lot of things that she's brought to the table. And then, Pepper, he has outside things that he brought to the table. This is a pretty good... And then, of course, Shell, who slept with most of our listeners. So these kids are always, one after another. Earl, what do you say to what Lily had to say, though? You let your friend down that you brought here.
No, I mean... I don't feel like I let her down. I mean, it's very easy to pour this all out on the air. I'm like, when was anyone approaching me? It's like, Earl, I have this situation. Earl, I mean, they never do that. They keep it all bottled in and then trash me on the air. You got to be more open to me.
But you've had plenty of opportunities now. You've been trashed on the air. You said you got this a year and a half ago from fucking Paulie and Bobby. At no point do you seem to be learning that you haven't joined the team. And it's a team that you're supposed to be the leader of. And you're supposed to call these kids in together at the beginning of their internship, not halfway through and say, you never come to me. They don't know radio. They've never worked in radio before they step in here. You have to say, here are your expectations. Here is how I am going to unfold this so you're not going to be getting too much too soon. And at certain points, you're like, hey, Ron and Fez like you guys. If you got any ideas of things you want to do on the air, here's how you pitch me first, then we'll go in and pitch them, and who knows, some of this stuff can happen.
And I give that speech during the initial interview.
Does it happen? All right, Lily.
Earl, because today I asked you and I said, well, Earl, where do I submit, like, if I have show intros? And you're like, just submit them to Dave or I. But I wouldn't ask you that if you told me that day one. If you said, this is how it works. If you have anything that you want to bring to the show, this is how you go about bringing it. So I had to ask you 2 months into it how I would go about doing that. Had I known before, I would have been, coming up with a whole bunch of shit before.
That is completely not true. And the one thing I always said is, I'm like, we're always open to your ideas. Feel free to submit them. If you have something production-wise, let us hear it.
But Earl, don't leave it so open-ended. You're the boss. Why don't you say, look, here's part of the internship. Within 2 weeks, I want you to have a bit ready. These kids go to school, they're not going to hear, hey, whenever you guys have a paper, something you get an idea for, think about it and turn it in sometime. You know what I'm saying? You have to play the role of adult here. They are learning about the radio business. And I'm not in a fucking situation where the bosses go, hey, if you guys ever think of anything, there's a certain show I promised them, and it has to be delivered. That's the way the world works.
And I understand that. I mean, maybe I'm probably not relaying that information, at the way you just did.
That's why there's a revolution going on. The intern revolt of 07. And Earl, I'm worried you're going to end up on a spit tomorrow with them turning you. It's fucking burned down the mission time.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I am completely looking forward to tomorrow.
If I was you, I'd be embarrassed about it.
I mean,
I have never heard of such a thing.
Tomorrow on the Ron and Fez show, it's the interns and the producers switching places, switching jobs.
The whole fact that this challenge goes on, Earl, shows that you have zero control. You're in a no-win fucking situation.
No, I mean, I think I look at it as it's a long way to prove a point. It's a weird.
What is the point? The point is being proven against you, or else I wouldn't have okayed this.
What? Well, I see this more as, if they're able to pull this off, I think, Dave and I, we've done our jobs as far as...
No one said Dave did.
Don't lump me in here.
Nobody said that Dave hasn't done his job.
No, I'm not, because it sounds like if they pull this off, I'll walk out the door. Is the way
I didn't say that.
Dude, that's the road that you're headed down.
No,
that's
I'm
the
not.
Way it sounds.
Not at all. Not at all.
You're fucking costing us our jobs.
And I'm ready, seriously, I'm ready to let you go and say...
And you know what?
You oversee the interns. Dave, you handle the interns on a day-to-day basis. I mean, it is a we situation.
Oh, boy. Hey,
Ouch.
look at the new team. Look at the Rockers. Fucking tag team. Smoke, you're on Fez.
What up, buddies? I like how Earl's willing to take credit for the interns doing well tomorrow, but anytime anything goes wrong, he always says Dave's in charge of the interns.
Yeah, that is true.
No, if things go wrong tomorrow, I mean, again, whatever happens tomorrow, it'll be a reflection on me. It'll be complete reflection.
So good or bad, the reflection on you is that there's an intern revolution at all. That's the reflection on you. If this was a real corporation, I would say, what are you doing at your branch down there, Douglas? Why the hell am I hearing these stories? This is not an experiment. It's a fucking show. And the fact that this came up and they all banded together against you shows something is wrong.
I mean, I would have to humbly and heartily disagree with that. But I'm going out a long way in a weird way to prove a point.
No, this wasn't your idea. If it was your idea, then it would be interesting. Let's see what they've learned. Instead, you got Hicks saying, you're a piece of shit, Earl. Then your friend Lily comes in and goes, Hicks is right. And then you going, good, fuck, take it over. Let the tellers become branch managers. What do I care? And this is not anything that you're in charge of.
You did relinquish our positions rather rapidly, Earl.
Rock, you're on Fez.
Hey, boys, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, BAC 2025.
That's old school.
All right. I want you to know, Earl, man, you're going to have to, after tomorrow, you're going to have to pull the race card, but not your race. You're going to be pulling the gypsy card, because the day after tomorrow, or Monday, you're going to be, please, give me my job back. Please, I want my job back. You're going to be pulling the gypsy card, babe.
You're living the life of a traveler right now, Earl. Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Fez.
DIC 218, buddies.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Earl, why are you acting like the chair in there is goddamn mission control at NASA, you douche?
It is true. I don't even see Steve C. fucking feeling like he needs to sit in that chair. He's able to walk around and do things. Of course, he trains people to run a fucking board.
Steve C is a great point, because he sometimes will buy his interns pizza. He's got pizza day, and it's all in the spirit of bonding. That's why I tried to get him out on Friday night, is let's be a part of this. Steve takes him out. He gives him things. He's wonderful.
Have any of you guys, other than Lily, seen Earl outside of the station at all?
I saw him outside my school once walking up the street before I worked here.
With binoculars.
He wasn't with you, though, Pepper. That's what Ron was trying to ask.
All right. Has Earl ever talked to you guys about your life at all?
No, he doesn't
your hopes, your dreams?
No, he doesn't care.
Not just saying no? You're saying, grab that mic in there. Grab Earl's mic.
Not once. I think this last week since I wasn't here for the last Tuesday, what happened, he spoke to me a few times, but I called him before I called the WNEW intern for them, and I never heard a thing back until finally Dave had to finally say, okay, I'll take him on.
All right, so there you go, Earl, time and time again. And one thing we hear about you is you don't return calls and you don't return emails.
And because that happened, that poor guy got called Nosferatu.
We were going to call him Spacey. It's a lot nicer than Nosferatu. Kevin Spacey at 7, he looks like.
All right, let's call him Spacey now. He's Spacey. Earl, why didn't you call Spacey back? What happened there?
No, when the situation was we already had enough interns for that particular quarter, and then a couple of people dropped out. By the time all of this kind of transpired, that's kind of how it transpired. That's how we ended up with.
So why wouldn't the guy at least get a call from you? What is it impossible about calling people back, emailing them back? Hey, TJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, how you doing? Is it just me, or is Dave the only one that refers to the interns as a team?
Team.
If they screw up tomorrow, it's going to be because Dave taught them everything that Dave knows, and Earl didn't teach Dave something. Other than that, those guys are going to do great.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how they do. Now you got a lot of work to pick up in a couple hours.
We're ready for it.
You know, you're going to be in...
It's not a problem.
You got somebody in the NASA seat over there. I'll see.
I'm pretty amped about it, actually.
He's amped about being demoted.
It doesn't make any sense.
Do you grasp the concept of what's actually happening here?
I completely grasp the concept.
We are getting fucked.
Dave and Earl will be the interns tomorrow, as the interns become the producers.
We've got to come up with a list of very interesting things for them to do tomorrow. Just saying.
Hey, make them make out. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm driving upstate New York, and I'm just getting pissed off. I got about 26 interns that work for me. I got to give Earl some advice because I like Earl. I'm minority there, but Earl, you got to beat these people. You got to beat them daily. That's how they become a team. Keep them down. The strong survive. They'll never freaking mutiny on you like they're doing to you now. You're getting run over by a bunch of fucking know-it-alls that don't know anything. Just beat them. Look at O&A. Their interns aren't rising up on them. Just beat them down. Take care of them.
No, I'm not one of those people that love to...
Pays attention.
No, I don't like belittling people either. I mean, I don't want to just beat them down to the point where...
Earl, you say that, right? At one point, I've seen every one of these people scream at you or basically call you a guy who's not doing his job.
No, but basically what's going to happen is... see
that with Dave as well.
I'm going to let them hang themselves. That's what's going to happen. Because then...
On my fucking show. That's your idea. That you show that my show fucks up, so you win. That's what you're happy about.
Again, the methods are unusual and unconventional.
What is this, the island of Dr. Moreau? The methods.
Explain your methods, would you?
Please.
I really do want to know this before we laugh you out of the incident.
They're
Kim Jong-il.
They're a little unconventional, but again, I'm like... No, when they fuck up, they're gonna have to sit back and listen in their own mind say, you know what? I fucked up.
Because they weren't trained.
Why
because they have no idea what it takes to work in radio.
No, and again, when did I become this most unapproachable person ever?
Why do I hear that from the bosses?
Everyone knows where I am.
Why do I hear from salespeople? Promotions, I hear from ELO Wiki, nobody knows how to get you.
I've had 2 days in a row where people are coming up to me saying, could you please pass this along to Earl?
And again, I stress, I'm like, how did I become the most unapproachable person in the world?
You answer that question, or why do you think all these people who don't even talk to each other say the same thing about you?
I mean, because
and you know what Eric DeBred said to me? I can't reach Earl at all until he hears I got a free pair of Ray-Bans for him, and then he comes in early.
That's a
That's what he told me yesterday.
No, you can't reach me. Everyone knows how to get a hold of me. Everyone knows where I am. I am not hiding.
Earl, when I told you, hey, where the hell were you at that meeting? You missed it. They gave Fez and I free Ray-Bans. They had a pair for you. You made sure you got your ass over the next morning.
Because
free Ray-Bans.
I went over there because everyone's like, I'm never around and I'm there. I said, you know what? I'm going to get there bright and early.
How do you think that looks? And get your free Ray-Bans and then you left.
But I didn't leave. I had a conversation. We had conversations about business. We talked about things. I explained to him and everyone else.
I love free stuff.
I said, who does it? I made
Jenny.
it around.
Jenny, you're on. It's our friend Tasteless Jenny. How are you?
Hey, Ronnie. I worked with Earl for 7 years over at WNEW, and he taught me the most important thing in radio.
What's that?
And that's how to stay under the radar. I think I lasted 7 years there because for the last 4, they didn't even know I was there.
How to blend into the scenery.
I think I worked with her too, and I had no idea who she was until
Is that right?
last week. Yeah.
I always thought cleaning lady.
I worked with
Jenny was actually trained me. She was the one who told.
Wait, hold on, Jenny. Why don't they tell you to turn your radio off in this business?
My radio isn't on.
Something was coming back on us. And what did you say, Nas?
Jenny was on.
Well, I said that he taught me how to.
Oh. Go ahead, Nas.
Jenny trained me at over at NEW, and she used to tell me some stories about how Earl did his job over there. So
what would she say?
She basically, what she said, under the radar, just so that you say, so no one knows you're there.
And the legend continues.
Yeah, what? Since when is doing your job correctly and properly and on time
mentor
become a career hazard?
What was your job over there? We knew you. You didn't have a show. You were a producer without a show for 5 years.
No, I was in the promotions department. The promotions got done. Things were executed well.
You were not in the promotions department.
I was in the promotions department.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Dude, another dick move that Earl did was on Friday when Wiki was here. You know, Dave talked to Wiki on me and Pitt's behalf, and we asked Earl. It was like, no, he actually brought you guys up. I'm like, all right, what did he say, Earl? Oh, it was good stuff. I'm like, Earl, what did he say? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Oh, so you went to Earl, said, all right, the man's in the building, Wiki's here, please talk to him right now.
Forgetful Jones. He always forgets crucial fucking moments.
Oh, where you make sure you have that clip for board gossip that you change 8 or 9 times.
Oh, yeah, because I want the clip to sound good. I don't.
You got a board gossip today?
Yes, I do.
Oh, let's rock.
But yeah, I mean, I could talk to you about the clip. It wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
But Earl had a clip that he chose, and it was the worst fucking possible thing.
Yeah, because you give it to me 3 minutes before the show starts. You're still writing the damn thing before the show starts. It changes.
Yes, it does, because board gossip can't stay stagnant. I don't get stories from a week ago. It's like CNN. I want to give the people their fresh shit.
No, I understand that, but you can't change.
That's how it's done on the East Side.
You can't expect me to find that perfect clip while the show is going on. And,
Razzle dazzle. It's board gossip with Eastside Dave.
A little gossip, a little chat,
It's board gossip time, starting off with Whackbag. Looks like Fleaman's problems continue as he was banned from Whackbag for cursing at moderators. I would usually side with one who is going against that website, but not this time, Flea, for as Anthony's girlfriend said, you are, quote, immature, and, as Melinda reiterated, a dumb douche.
Wow.
Shuffle, yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
What did she call him?
She called him an immature jerk and a dumb douche.
All right, that's at least according to Melinda.
According to Melinda. Yes, that's.
Mm-hmm. There it is, Earl.
Johnny Denver.
Never heard that song before.
Shuffling over now to the Binge Radio Pal Talk room. It looks like spring not only brings nice weather, but apparently jealousy as well. T-Town Girl was overheard by the gossip team saying sarcastically, Casey Elon is oh so important. Jesus, if she ever comes into our room, she'll probably expect us to blow trumpets or something. That's not the fucking thing! Oh, so he plays a Joker.
No, you loaded it! You told me you changed it! You loaded it! Show your ass. You loaded it.
No, I didn't! It's under fucking drop the head highlighted under Star Wars trumpet drop. Star Wars
do it the
drop.
right way. Do it again from the beginning.
Why are you fucking it up?
You told me you loaded it.
Do it again from the beginning. Do it the correct way. Why are you happy?
Now, is that not shit, or would it be funnier if... Do you have it loaded?
Yeah. Oh, wait, do it from the fucking... You want to set the whole thing up.
Shit.
Go back to board gossip. No, it's going to work, Dave.
You're
fine. We're going to edit this for best ofs.
Casey Elon is so important. Jesus, if she ever comes into our room, she'll probably expect us to blow trumpets or something. much better than that fucking
Yeah.
weird Miles Davis shit.
That part, the other part sucked. Who would even have thought of that other part?
I don't know. Here she comes, T-Town. Looks like you're already dressed for St. Patrick's Day because you're green. With envy.
Hey, by the way, this is like a little Casey Elon board gossip.
Okay.
Frenchie said she would eat Casey Elon on that ladder.
Yes.
If she's interested.
She's saw that and found it to be quite repulsive. And
I think it's hot.
Yes.
Ladder match.
Didn't care for
Why
that.
don't you just be like this? Oh, Casey, that's a silly idea, isn't it? Huh? Don't you think that's silly? Maybe not so. Maybe as a joke, you ought to go on there.
Skittling over now to ronfez.net. Looks like GVAC doesn't care for Solera dancing on the internet. When he heard about this tantalizing electronic dancing, he called Solera, quote, sad, and then asked the question, what is she doing? Solera responded by saying, I have 3 kids, a husband at home with a shit bag. Fuck you.
Good comeback. You know, I love G-Back, but I think he was out of line here.
What's his place?
Oh,
Yeah.
Greg, seems your next vacation is going to require a canoe. You've landed in Shit Creek.
It is true. Where's the trumpet for that, Earl? Where was the trumpet for that?
Can we hear his trumpet?
Yeah, let me
man?
hear the trumpet.
His trumpet.
Maybe we should be blowing trumpets. That's so stupid.
Terrible.
And I explained it to him, too. I'm like, it's a big opening.
But again, you told me this 3 minutes into the goddamn show. I'm listening I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on with the
Perhaps
show.
you should be up Shit Creek, girl. The fucking gayest, stupidest bit ever. You can't get enough of it.
And now, from Pal Talk, it's a new segment called Why Can't We Be Friends?
The only song I hate by War.
Ron and Fez showroom. Ron and Fez big ass room. Can't you stop the fighting already? You're both Pal Talk rooms. You both have Ron and Fez in the title. Sure, feelings have been hurt, like when Dugout Doug renamed Mafia Life Chris Capo Fucko. But let's face it, you two, you are one another. Put down the grenades and nunchucks. And why can't we be friends?
That was it. You got nothing.
That's more of an editorial.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't care for that one.
I think it's up to Capo Fucko if he wants to be friends again. You know, I mean, what do you expect? Trumpets to be blowing for you?
Boy, he's slow.
You need to get all this on the replay. Take Earl out of it. Then you can run it yourself.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Now time for Who Could It Be?
Who can it be now? Who can it be now?
One certain amiable internet chick was spotted on Tuesday night downing bottles of Greek beer and proclaiming her love for Fez Whatley. I can't rightfully tell you who this very horny girl is, but this chick is happy, adept at typing. I wonder, who could it be?
Whoa, Fezzy.
I don't think I've ever been mentioned in board gossip before.
That's right.
This is the first time I've ever heard about you being involved in lesbo action.
I think I'm hearing trumpets going off in my head.
Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not,
I
Fez.
thought I heard trumpets go off.
You didn't.
Oh, okay.
Ah, delayed trumpets.
Oh, yeah.
Is that even a trumpet?
I asked him, get a
clarinet.
trumpet sound that would sound like, something a king or queen would come out to.
Now, he meant an African queen. Now, when did she put down the Greek food long enough to say that she loved Fez?
There was only 3 or 4 minutes in between.
You're not sure she didn't say I love lamb while she was eating?
I think it was Fez. And now for Old Friends.
What is it?
Old Friends.
Ah.
Jimbo 75. And Irish Alky. used to be great, Internet old friends. But alas, as the seasons change, so do friendships. For Jimbo75 was overheard saying, "Fuck Irish Alky. We go events just to see him? Fuck him twice." Arrogant prick. End quote. Oh well, Jimbo and Alky, guess the bloom is off the friendship petals. For you no longer are old friends.
Wow.
Very surprising turn of events.
Yeah.
They were such close people.
Alky ought to throw the piss bottle at him. The I Love Fez piss bottle.
Well,
available.
I heard he does love Fez very much.
Sure.
Everybody
loves Fez.
Enough to piss in a bottle with my name on it.
And that's it. That's today's Bold Gossip. Remember, we're always watching.
All right, Earl, Dave acts like you fucked up Boyd Gossip, and I saw you laughing hysterically and pointing back at him.
No, I was laughing because, again, while you were talking to me, he's going, tapping me on the shoulder, trying to make me do two things at once, and he was like, and he's pointing to the
Okay, wait a second. So as long as the show is on the air from noon to 3, nobody can talk to you.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I was being talked to, and you were trying to talk to me while I was
Ron
being
was talking to Pepper Hicks. I was watching him talk to Pepper and say, "Earl, here's the clip. I don't know how you want to swap it out, but here's the clip. Definitely get that fucking idiot Dizzy Gillespie fucking track out of there."
First of all, you redheaded...
Salt peanuts.
You redheaded idiot. It's
you fucking big black bitch.
All right.
That's what you are.
Stop it.
I don't mean black in that way.
What?
I just mean evil.
I have a solution.
Like Darth Vader.
Maybe if Earl trained somebody else to sit in the chair, he could be walking around and people could approach him and ask him questions.
But wouldn't
during
that
the show.
mean that we would just replace Earl? Because that's what he worries about.
No, I can...
You don't want anybody to know what you do, it's because you're afraid of being replaced.
No, I have a retort for that. Every time I tell Dave, I'm like, "Dave, you should sit in the chair, get to know what's in here." He cannot sit in this chair for more than 10 minutes. We're like, "Earl, you done?"
Again, the fucking wrestling week, you weren't here.
You do stink in that chair. You got to train somebody besides Dave. He's too stupid.
I had one off day last week.
No, you're terrible.
Every time.
No. The whole week. Oh, that he was gone wrestling week. I did the job. I fucking did.
Yeah, and I had to come in and I got emails from DC saying we had to clean up the segments because you screwed them up.
No, I didn't. DC doesn't.
You want me to produce the emails, Dave?
Produce them.
I will produce them.
And all the other emails that you don't answer.
You know what? I get tons of emails.
And then you should answer them all.
And I try to answer them all. I mean, you should see my junk email folder. That thing is ridiculous.
Well, delete that.
No, but sometimes... No, I understand.
Those are the ones he's answering.
No, but I'll give you a...
But if you need to become the executive producer of this show, and if you need more help, you got to talk to Wiki about it. You got Johnny and you got Pitsy. They've both been here forever. You haven't trained either one of them to take over that board. And if you did, then you could say to Elo, "Look, I already got this guy to take care of the board, but I need to do other stuff." Everybody would understand, Earl, but you don't correspond with them.
And I understand that. I mean, I thought with my first line of like teaching people to run how to board would be Dave, because we work together.
Because
we're part
Dave
of the
is
team.
a fuck up. You can't teach anybody else.
No, I didn't. Well, he hasn't. He hasn't grasped it yet, and I.
What are you talking about? I'm sorry.
Should we bring Harry back?
The fucking week that you were gone, that you were not here at XM, Don Wicklin, he was not here doing something else.
That was one day, not 1 week.
It was not.
It was one
You
day.
fucking didn't return to the end of the show for 2 days in a row, and then one day you came, you were gone for the whole show, and then came back for the final fucking 10 minutes.
One day.
And all 3 times. I went to break perfectly, went to spots, and went to the end
I'll show you the
credits.
email, Dave. I will produce the email.
Well,
go ahead and grab it. Earl, we'll give you a second while you grab it. What's the email say?
I have no idea. He's way to show me the email. And then talk to me about it. Say, "Hey, this is a couple things that you messed up on." How does a fucking person improve if you don't fucking help them?
Dave, we had this conversation. You're like...
You didn't never fucking mention an email you got from DC. You never did!
Dave, why are you acting like a 4-year-old? First of all...
You're lying!
say? First of all, I did mention it. Second of all...
Shame on you!
Second of all...
Shame on you and shame on your parents!
Second of all, I didn't even mention it...
His dad wasn't even there.
Big Earl!
Second of all, I didn't even mention it to DC because
Scott,
that...
you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, I kind of think of you as the quarterback of the show, you know, the leader.
No.
And, the problem I have is one of the cardinal rules of a leader is you don't trash people in public, you do it in private, and you praise people in public. So, I don't quite understand what you're doing.
No, first of all, you don't understand something. These guys work for XM, not me and Fez. We are basically, it'd be like, this table sits here, right? And these guys are the maitre d', the waiters, the busboys, blah, blah, blah. They're supposed to bring stuff to Fez and I. If I could pick my own staff, none of these people would be here.
Oh. Well, you got a point there, maybe.
Yeah, their job is to rat Fez and I out to XM, which they do. So, yeah, absolutely doesn't have to do with the guys on the air.
Okay.
You can't be on the air and run the back of the house at the same time.
Well, I wanted somebody to speak up for Earl.
But I want you to do this, Scott. Before you pick up a phone, think to yourself, do I know what I'm talking about? Or am I just wasting everybody's time?
All right.
All right? I want you to go back and think about what it is to be a bad phone caller on a national show. Okay?
Yeah, I'll think about that, Ron.
Why don't you think about it? And think to yourself, maybe I should get rid of my phone. I don't know what I'm doing with that phone. All right?
Maybe I should take it easy on Earl, but, hey, that's up to you, buddy.
It isn't up to me. I have nothing to do with this. This is his staff part of it. As a matter of fact...
You're the leader, Ron.
I am not the fucking leader. You don't even understand the show you listen to. If Earl needs something done, or if I want Earl something done, it has to go through XM. That's the way this thing is set up. Earl works for XM. Fez and I are an outside entity. We are the Ron Bennington Corporation and the Fez Watley Corporation. These guys are actually employees of XM. Now, it's not even making sense, the things that you're saying.
Now, tomorrow on the show, it will be the interns replacing the producers and vice versa, as the interns are revolting
Yes,
today.
they are. Oh, they stink on ice. I'm nervous about this, Fezzy. I'm nervous about tomorrow. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I just want to apologize to you first that you have to deal with these retards every day.
Well,
and that guy, Scott, go fuck yourself. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't listen to the show.
I really do wish the callers understood more before they pick up a telephone. I wish they would think a little bit. I mean, if I was a caller of the show, I want to have the perfect call.
The reason I'm calling, Ron, this is like the interns are like the kids telling their father to go fuck themselves.
It's true.
If I was Earl, I'd be smacking the shit out of him every day.
But you know what? Earl is basically like Jim Backus in Rebel Without a Cause. They have seen him with the apron on, and now they don't fucking respect him for it on it.
They have no respect for him. You suck, Earl.
You know, and you know what I worry about, Earl? Sal Mineo being fucking killed. That's what I worry about tomorrow. And then you sitting there and you go like this, come on, Jim. I'll try to be just as strong as you want me to be. We'll go through this together. And Sal Mineo's laying there with two different colored socks on. Who killed the puppies, Plato? Who killed the puppies?
What if the interns don't give the show back?
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
It's a distinct possibility.
Hey, I got to call Dave out there on his board gossip. He when he was talking about the old friends there between, excuse me, the why can't we get along bit.
Why can't we be friends?
Well, wrong one. I meant the why can't we get along. Dave, you come in here into the show every day and you stir the pot of hatred and infighting between all of the fan sites. You do it on a regular basis. And even General Bam told you, Dave, you don't know what you're talking about. You make more out of it than it really is.
That is true.
I don't know what you're talking about. I asked the question, why can't we be friends? Didn't you hear?
You're the biggest ass in the world when it comes to the infighting between the fan sites. You trash Whackbag on a regular basis, raving about how great FBA is, when The infighting isn't there. It doesn't happen. But you make it out like we're lobbing grenades at each other and there's wars in the street. And
Yes.
there isn't. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm just reporting the facts.
Well, your facts are wrong, and you've been told that by people from both sides.
That's not what the board gossip team tells me, and I trust them.
Well, you fire your board gossip.
Well, I'll look into
that.
Yeah, you know what? You've come up with some good points. And something else.
Yes.
It's time we look over to Whackbag, okay?
Yeah.
Ron Bennington's line of the day is closing in on 2,000 posts.
No.
Very, very exciting.
Hey.
And it's been seen over 110,000 views. This is, without a doubt, the best thing in the history of the Internet. And I do not hear the fucking accolades going that way.
I will say this. That might be the best thread right now.
In the history of the web.
In all the websites right
Yeah.
now. I try to give my fucking props to Whackbag every so often, and then
what about
they
the
just
other
shit
thing
on
they
me.
want respect for? If they don't give the to your fucking ex-girlfriend, she doesn't hear the horrible things that you're saying.
Yes.
She doesn't dump you. You don't get
Right.
the new super hot girlfriend with the great tits, the great ass.
Okay, we don't need to...
But I'm saying what the fans say.
No, I know, but let's not really talk about her like in that manner.
But I'm saying the last one didn't have that.
Okay, okay. Well, then I do thank Whackbag, and
She got a parting prize. She got an XM Inno.
I thank you then, Whackbag. Hey, look, I'd like to bury the hatchet between.
Now we're
them.
the hatch. Bury the hatch with them.
I just want to be friends with everybody, unlike Earl, who's just very antisocial.
Why are you trying to bring it back to Earl?
No, I wasn't. I just, it was just something that was in the back of my head that I thought.
When are we going to hear a nice positive board gossip? That's what we're after.
We're going to
maybe some of the things that Frenchie has done nice and getting along with the other rooms.
Yeah, I mean, she did put something up, that we saw there about.
That was sweet. That was cute.
That was kind of sick.
What does she have up now?
I heard from someone that she has Ronnie B is my god.
I think that's adorable.
Aww.
I think that's just adorable. And they start. Actually, that one is a start. So everyone could be getting along nicer here.
All right.
Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's going on, Ronnie?
Yeah.
First off, Dave, hey, buddy, over there on Ron Fez Net, you need to look at Congratulations, Dave. We all love you, buddy.
Thank you, John.
Talk good about us. And, hey, you guys keep bashing Earl, but, he didn't have a father. So he doesn't know how to lead these guys and in this crew because he didn't have a dad around.
Mm. Where you from, John?
Maybe we should look at that. Do what?
Where you from, John?
I'm from Tennessee.
Oh, and you're talking about not having fathers. You guys are related to each other.
Look here, fucker, I got a fucking dad.
Everyone should be related to their father, Earl.
No, I'm just saying that, like your brothers, their fathers, and their sisters are their mothers, and the whole inbred thing.
Shut your mouth. I tried to call in and help you out. Shut your mouth.
No, you don't even know me, John. I have a father. Thank you very much.
Ronnie tells me you don't. Every day I hear you don't.
Well, he doesn't have a biological father. Biological didn't bother.
We heard it in board gossip.
Earl had that song Biological Didn't Bother, which was beautiful. And then your real father was in the military, and he was, even though he's not your biological, you still call him your real father.
I have a daddy.
Ew. I know, that's homoerotic. That's seriously homoerotic.
Very pimpish.
Yeah, exactly. When you say daddy, it means someone that's fucking me.
No, my father, Earl Douglas Sr.
No,
That's how people use the word daddy. You either have to be 5 or the person's having sex with you when you say daddy. You agree with that one, Lil?
Yes.
You throw the daddy phrase out there?
Sometimes, yeah.
Good girl. All right, it's the Ron and Fez show. And, I think now everyone's starting to get to getting together a little more. Jilly, you're on with Ron and Fez and Lily.
Hi, Ronnie.
Yeah.
This disturbs me, but I got to stick up for Earl as far as Dave saying, why doesn't Earl come out with us on Friday nights to get together with the team? Dave's a blithering drunk, and I don't like being around drunks either. So
That's true.
in a way, I got to stick up for Earl.
You're not just a guy who parties. You're an obnoxious drunk.
I don't see it like that at all. But
Pepper Hicks is a young alcoholic with his fucking hair matted against him.
He's like the sloppiest drunk I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know. Moochie was there too. They both were doing the I've got the matted hair look.
And they also sweat a lot.
Yeah.
When they're drunk.
And then the hair just sort of sticks to the side of his face, and then
Such
it's
a
like
good look.
sticking up, yeah.
I didn't know whether they were drinking or jogging.
But I actually informed them I'm just going to be here for a few cocktails, but really let's talk about this show thing that we had an idea for. And I expressed that to Earl. I said it's not me going out and drinking a lot. That's what I said.
But you say that every time you go out.
No, I don't.
You always say,
No, I don't.
I'm going to have a few and then...
No, I don't. Don't lie now.
Dave?
I always tell... if Ron says, are you going to paint the town red tonight or go out? I go, yeah, I'm going out, I'm getting a hammer. I never say it like that. If I say I'm only going to have a few, believe it or not, I only have a few.
I mean, the one and only time I hung out with Dave socially was, and Bronx Johnny could back me up, we were literally carrying him out of the bar.
All right, but let's.
And I said, you know what? I don't want to go through that
I know when you used to run around with Ben. Ben would be parties like Dave, and yet you were out with him every night. What is it about Dave that you don't like that you do like about Ben?
Well, Ben knew how to handle himself. He didn't horrify people. He didn't.
That's bullshit, Earl. Are you saying Dave actually horrifies the room and you're embarrassed to be with him?
Yes, that has been the case.
Ouch.
That's bullshit. You're just pumping. You're such a weird person.
Dave, how many stories have we heard of you, like, you're trying to shit on the bar, you pissed yourself, you threw up in the bar? I mean, it happens every time you go out for a quarter.
Did it happen on Friday?
No.
Was I even slightly slurring or anything?
You controlled yourself. I was
controlled myself. I fucking didn't even get a buzz. I had fucking 2 Guinnesses. Christ!
What were you? You the obnoxious yuppies playing trivia at the bar?
You were also working on the show. Were we?
No,
yes, we were
movie
actually. Yes.
trivia. Give me some of the movie trivia that was going on. I want to hear this. I want to hear some of the fun.
We did a round table of what's the best 24-hour movie. In other words, movies that take place within 24 hours, like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off, a Days of Confused.
I'll say, what was the one Scorsese did with the All Night or
After Hours?
After Hours, yeah.
That's a great one.
What else was a 24-hour movie?
I know mine.
Heat of the Night, the old fucking picture, great picture.
Oh, yeah, that was a great film. Yeah, that was 24 hours.
Dazed and Confused is a 24-hour picture, right?
Yeah. And I basically mean, it doesn't, 6 o'clock a.m. to 6 o'clock a.m.
No, I know what you mean.
It's basically a day,
Yeah, it's a day in the life. It almost happens in real time.
Exactly.
And then
You did American Graffiti?
Yeah, we mentioned that, but that's a great one.
It is a strong one.
The first one that came to my mind was Quick Change with Bill Murray.
That's a great one.
Well, because it was funny because we were fighting with Dave because he said Star Wars. He goes, technically, you don't know how long a Star Wars day is.
In outer space. Wait a second. This is after we went through over 200 films.
No, drinking kicked in.
No,
that was the third one you mentioned.
No, it wasn't.
Don't start a game and then ruin it.
No. I got mine. Dog Day Afternoon, I think, might be the best.
Great one. Have you seen that yet, Fez?
No, Dave loaned me the DVD.
Just get it back from him.
I said, I'm going to, probably this weekend.
It's awesome. Watch it tomorrow night.
What did you come up with, Pepper?
I mentioned Go. Run Lola
nice.
Run.
This is nice for Jay Moore. Way to tie it in.
And I also mentioned Back to the Future 1.
No.
See,
that's
it's time travel.
Yeah, but he actually slept. Remember, he had the Calvin Klein panties.
The movie ended at the
right. That's a technical thing. In 1955,
it's better than Star Wars. It's better than Star Wars.
I do agree.
The only reason why I brought up Star Wars was
you're fucking crazy.
No, answer his obnoxious Back to the Future thing. But Do the Right Thing also is gotta be top 5.
That was mine, Dave. Remember?
I don't even think that's one day.
I invented this game.
I think it could be 2 or 3 days.
No, Mr. B, that's just one day.
Well, are you sure he wakes up that morning with her?
Yeah, and then the next morning, the garbage is everywhere. It's one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if I realized that.
Yeah.
And then that guy stayed on the air.
Right,
Samuel Jackson. Hey, everybody. Time we do the roll call. Aretha, the Commodores. He just names off every black fucking act in history.
Yeah.
Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, fellas, how are you?
What can we do for you?
Yeah, any of the diehards, hands down, best 24-hour movie.
Excellent. I had Die Hard 1 in there.
It's only Die Hard 1. Die Hard 1 is like Rocky 1. I'm not going to go fucking throwing in the airport Die Hard, and it just doesn't make sense.
The airport one was a little weak, but I kind of like Die Hard with a Vengeance. I think that's a solid 24
In
hours.
real life, no one's going to make clues and have people run around town.
I like that. I like that kind of mad world.
Yeah, it's childish.
Type of
I don't want a mad fucking movie. Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, what's going on?
What can we do for you?
What about Reservoir Dogs? Wasn't that a one-day
Too many
movie?
flashbacks.
You know,
Bunch of assholes.
it's a technical thing. I think we do count that one. We allow for flashbacks to take place.
No, but
You're an idiot. Go fuck yourself.
Why
I agree with you.
Why are you so angry, Dave?
Well, you know, I'm down here in Florida, the hot sun.
Oh, I understand.
Okay.
Sure. All right, go fuck yourself too then. All right. No, I don't think so because you go back and you show what they were doing before, and it's basically skipping around. So Reservoir Dogs taking off.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, Pulp Fiction would be closer than Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, it
Because
would.
Pulp Fiction, everything happens about the same day,
Right, but I think Pulp Fiction might technically be a 48. Take place in 2 days. Over 2 days, I think Pulp Fiction.
I didn't see anybody waking up in the morning.
Remember Bruce Willis?
Yeah, I remember him.
Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, it might be one day. That's
Because
weird
that might
to
be
think
the
about.
same day.
No, you know why it can't be? Because Travolta is at the boxing ring ready to get Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing.
He went out with Mia, so he wouldn't have been able to.
That
be
was like
there.
the night before, right? That he went out with me, or a
Yeah.
couple nights even.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a weird thing with time. You're right.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 days.
That's the weird thing. When she ODs, and then when they see each other, they act like they don't even know each other again.
Exactly.
Which bugs me, that scene. I don't know why. Because I really wanted them to end up together. No offense to you, Earl, but the thought of her with that fucking guy made me sick. Mrs. Marcellus Wallace. Who did you identify with that, Earl? The guy in the fucking back of the car that got shot in the head?
No, not at all.
What was his name? You just shot...
I want to say Roosevelt?
No, you just shot...
Oh, wait. Marcus? I think it's Was it Marcus? You just shot Marcus.
No.
I think, I don't remember the name.
All right, I'll give away something for that, too. Here's Vinny. Vinny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, Bobby?
Yeah.
I had two things. One, Memento. I'm not sure if that was a 1 day. It might have been a 2 day.
It's a day in the wrong direction.
Well, anyways, the other one was...
See, this is the kind of stuff we can hope for tomorrow when it's intern day. Because you guys are going to prep, too? You're going to grab the news stuff?
We're gonna have it done.
And you know what I want? I want recommendations. Like we do recommendations from Fred.
Yeah.
I want you guys to put it together. It's got to have an opening. It's got to sound great.
All right.
What are you looking around like that for? Is it getting to be a little too much, Lily?
No, not at all.
Something you thought of?
Yeah.
See? This team. Here is Oscar. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, wasn't Friday a 24-hour movie?
Yeah.
Yep,
Well,
Friday was. That definitely counts.
Here's Vinny. Vinny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, Ronnie?
Yeah.
How's everything? How about Kevin Smith, Clerks?
Absolutely.
Belongs there.
Top 10 on my list.
And Mallrats.
Yep.
Mallrats isn't on my top 10.
What do you hate Mallrats for?
I don't hate it, but I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. But
Why are you blowing off Mallrats then?
I'm not going to blow it off, but I thought it was a great movie until the Batman Super ending. Like, all of a sudden he has It was a realistic movie until the ending. He rescued Jay and Silent Bob, shoot up into the top of the mall like Batman and Robin. It made no sense.
Pulled you out of it, huh?
Yeah, pulled me out.
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, it was Marvin in the back seat, Ronnie.
Marvin! You just blew off Marvin's head.
That's what I wanted to hear.
There you go. You got the big-ass prize closet. We'll get you a DVD copy of Babel starring Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett, courtesy of Paramount Home Entertainment. It's in stores now, or you can go to paramount.com/home entertainment.
I say Babel. By the way, that could have taken place in one day. You really can't tell. The timing is so fucking weird in that film.
Yeah.
Brad, you're on Ron and Fez.
I liked it, but what about Falling Down?
Basically, falling down is how I walk home every night. That could be called the Ron Bennington has done work story. David, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, the Warriors.
Warriors, come out and play. I saw that they're talking about a remake of the Warriors, And also, remake of Escape from New York.
Yeah.
Wow. You already heard about this, Pepper?
Not Vinnie Jones. The guy from 300 is supposed to be Kurt Russell's role in Escape.
Really?
Yeah.
And then, Fez, you heard more about remaking Hitchcock.
Oh.
Your favorite film.
I haven't heard any more about that.
Yeah. It fucking cost me my Lent. That I cannot stop judging. I woke my chick up like 4 o'clock in the morning and I go like this. How could you fucking remake a masterpiece? Why don't we repaint the Mona Lisa? Alright, that's it for us. Tomorrow, the revolution begins. Ow! See you guys tomorrow, right after 09.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
I love to watch things on TV. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.